chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
All right, let's see if I got this thing working. It's always weird when I start this stream because I run a video game stream and all my settings are different. So I keep getting paranoid I've got the wrong settings going. Let's see. Everything looks, yeah, that's the screen. I think we're good. I don't know. Can people hear me? Morgan, I'll come up with a new intro and outro as soon as I have time. You know how hard it is? It took me forever just to come up with a video game outro and intro. I mean, it's easier with video games. I just clip a whole bunch of video game footage that I played, and then I put that together, and then use the whole, like, you know, do the music thing and whatnot, everything else, and that goes together pretty well. I don't know what I'm going to do for a knife opening, because I'm just going to sit there and flick knives open and close for like 5 minutes. I have no idea what to do yet. I'm still working on it. I also haven't had time. Like, good grief. Did I charge? Yes, charges phone. The charge is phoned. Really? The phone is charged. Use AI. Maybe I'll think about it. The phone is charged. The charge is phoned.
And so that's okay. That's working. And I've got the wrong screen up because that's going to throw me off. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I've got. There we go. Okay, that's better. Now I can clip a bunch of me fangirling over knives. Well, I've got enough material now. I think I can. It's just a matter of cutting everything up and putting it together and finding some mood music. I don't know what. But until then, I've got my video game opening and closing, and I guess I'll just use that. It fits, sort of, kind of, not really. I'll do whatever. Anyway, welcome back to the EDC Squirrel. Hope everybody's having a good one. Good start to the weekend. Got quite a few boxes again, or packages to open. So this is going to be fun. It's like Christmas Day every freaking weekend now. And unfortunately, I don't have any Titan knives to open, so I'm going to use some of my Titan knives to open some packages. I'm going to give it a few minutes. I know some people were excited to get in here and check out the unboxing. In fact, hold on a second. There we go. I'm just sending out some notices and whatnot. Hey, BT, how you doing? And hello again, Morgan. I don't know who else is in here. I think that's so far it. To start things off, well, like I said, I'll be using some Titan knives to open up my packages because I don't have a new package from Titan knives because I've been withholding from buying stuff. Hey, Harley, how you doing? Glad you can make it. I've been withholding from buying stuff. Not that this is going to really show me withholding anything, but I haven't been able to acquire new Titan stuff. But I'll actually, no, wait. I can show you some new Titan stuff. You know, we're going to start off. We're not going to start off with the package. We'll get to the packages in just a little bit, but we're going to start off with something other than packages because I do, in fact, have stuff to show you that's new, and I completely forgot about it. First of all, I know if I don't mention this, my girlfriend is going to kill me because she's been proud of this. Hey, Waylon, how you doing? She's been proud of this because every once in a while, she'll jump on, and if there's something neat in the knife world, she doesn't collect knives, although she might start, which is probably not good for me. But she'll help me out sometimes on auctions, and I'll help her out sometimes on auctions. Oh my God, I won her a Labubu. If you guys know what a Labubu is, I am sorry, but if you know, you know. I actually won her a frickin' Labubu. It hasn't gotten here yet. Maybe we'll unbox that live too. I don't know. This is a knife show. The Labubu scares me. That's all I can say. But she has purchased some stuff for me. Hey, Kevin. And I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the things that she got for me. I think she did this to get into a giveaway. But I thought it was neat. I can't complain. This is what the hell is this? This was from Dark Fantasy Blades. You'll have to excuse my freaking chair again. I still haven't replaced my chair. And I did clean the camera this time, so you don't have to worry about me wiping things down. But this is one she got me. I thought it was neat. It's not a true Damascus. Actually, I don't think this is supposed to resemble Damascus. I think it's supposed to resemble a feather. But I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I can argue. And it's for my girlfriend, so of course this now has special significance to me. But it's an assisted blade. This thing is bargain huge. Dark Fantasy Blades. I have no idea what this is made out of. I'm guessing it's something along the lines of like 14C28N or something like that. Or not 14C28N. What am I saying? Probably something like 8CRMOV, what have you. Or something like that. I can't imagine it's like a super high quality steel, but I mean, it's a knife. It's sharp. It's going to be... Oh my God, that is sharp. It's a lot sharper than I thought. Ow. Okay, so that is sharp. Assisted opening, pretty cool. But you know, like I said, I have to give credit where credit's due. My girlfriend's awesome, and I cannot. Yeah, it's definitely pretty look at. Can I carry this every day? No, it's way too big. I'm limited in my state to 3 inches in most areas. So I know there's some areas in my state which they don't really care. And granted, if you're not really doing anything wrong, nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to give a crap. But to be on the safe side, depending on where I go, I just don't carry anything larger than 3 inches to stay within legal guidelines, I guess you could say. Some places are actually 2.5 inches. So that kind of sucks. I try to stay away from those places. But anyway, cool little gift from my girlfriend. And another significant, another knife that's going to take a special place in my heart, specifically because of who it's from. And she is not a knife person. In fact, she is horrified anytime I hand her a knife to look at because she doesn't like the idea of accidentally cutting herself. So, oh my God, there goes my keyboard. She's horrified by my knives and she doesn't want to cut herself. So I got her this. I might actually pick up another one of these because I didn't do this on a recording and I want to do this on a recording. But I got her this and you have to put it together because it comes in a kit. It is a toy kid's knife that you put together. And this is a rear flipper made by Jin. I actually have a real kit knife that I got from them and put together on my channel a little bit ago. I still got the video up. But this is made by Jin. It comes in a kit, all the pieces. You just put them together, screw everything in place, give it a little oil. And it's not a sharp blade, although, I mean, for plastic, I guess it could be sharp. But I think it's G10, actually. Liner lock. But this gave her something to learn and fidget with and not have to worry about cutting a finger. And I'll be honest, I think it's pretty neat. This is actually pretty cool. I want to buy another one so I can put it together in a record, like on a video. I'll put another one on together on a video. I just don't know when I'm going to do that. They're not too expensive. They're like 20, 30 bucks, something like that. The only problem with me is like the 20 or $30 can go to an actual knife. But this thing is actually kind of neat. It's pretty fun. And when she's not fidgeting with it, I generally am. So thought I'd get that for her as a thank you. We'll get to the packages soon. I did, in fact, get some stuff from Titan that I completely forgot about because they're not being unboxed. I went and visited Titan International Knives because they are kind of local to me. They're a good hour and some odd drive from where I live, but actually work a bit closer. And Titan, or if you know him, Sal, was super kind. And I gave him some stuff to give as giveaways, some a lanyard and some paracord bracelets, which he enjoyed, and I'm hoping you guys, if you got them, enjoyed as well. But I ended up walking away from his store with a couple Colossal knives, which is a modern knife brand that Titan International has been carrying. This is, where did I get what from? Are you talking about the Jin, the plastic knife, Kevin? I got that from Amazon. I'll try. I haven't put links up. God, I gotta put links up. It's been so busy. I'll try to put links up to the Jin in the description later, but you can find that on Amazon. They've got a couple. They've got that flipper one. They've got a lockback plastic knife that you can put together as a kit. Really fun. She actually has, you know what? She has that as well. Because this is the first one that I got her. And it's a similar one, made by the same people, made by Jin, Jin, except this is lockback, all plastic again, or all, I think it's all G10. I don't know if it's all G10 or what, but it's a lockback, not very sharp because it's plastic. I mean, it's still pokey, but that's about it. You put it all together. You don't have to sand anything or anything like that. It's just all done. You just basically put it together and screw them together. And there you go. But that's pretty neat. Another one I like to play with. And this one comes with a little... I don't know why you'd carry this on your belt, but there you go. Okay, back to this. This was one I got from Titan when I visited. And this is from Colossal Blades. Like I said, it's a manufacturer that Titan is carrying, and they do sell on their auctions now and then. I don't know the specific name of this model, but you got a rear flipper. I don't know how big this blade is. This is about 3.5-inch long blade, liner lock. Pocket clip is not reversible, but pretty neat. It doesn't have much of a thumb hole, but I can still spidey flick it, reverse flick it. So that's kind of cool. I've actually been doing that quite a lot. This one's another fidgety one that I'm really enjoying. And Something that you can't get on his auctions. Oh, you can put the link in there. That's fine. If somebody wants to look for the gin kits, I think it's really cool because the fact that you have to put them together, you learn a lot. What else was I going to say on this? It's a D2 steel blade. Again, colossal blades. You can see their mark on one side. I don't know if and oh yeah, D2 on the other. Pretty fidgety knife. I've actually been enjoying this one, and nice and smooth, good snap, liner lock. Pretty cool. The coolest one I got from him after that visit though was this one, and like I said, this one you can't get on his auctions because you're not allowed to purchase these on the auctions. But you can pick them up on their online store or if you visit them in person. And this one is also from Colossal Blades, and it's an OTF automatic. And I thought this was neat because it's got a Damascus blade. Really pretty. And they've got several models. I especially like this one because it's actually a size that I can carry, because it is a 3-inch blade. And I actually have, since I have a carry license, I'm allowed to carry automatic knives as well. In my state, you're generally not allowed to carry an automatic knife unless you have a carry license. So this one is actually the perfect size for me to be able to carry, not too big. I have another one that I could carry, but it's like half the size, which is like, what's the point? But this is really cool. Again, from Colossal Blades and from Titan International. Really awesome. You got a window breaker or glass breaker on the back, and I believe the pocket clip is reversible. I think if we just remove the glass breaker, I can just swap it around. But pretty freaking nice. Yeah, lovely OTF. Very solid click. There's a little play in the blade, but I haven't seen an OTF that hasn't had a little bit of play. And I have a couple more OTFs, some much more expensive than this one, and the expensive one has just as much play. So it's nothing major at all. They all seem to have a little bit. It's just the nature of their build, I think. But really cool. These two were from Titan. So thank you, Sal from Titan Knives. Really appreciate it. Sorry I don't have any new Titans to unpack from them, but I did get 2 new ones that you guys haven't seen before, so that's really cool. All right, so now we are going to get to the actual packages. Because if I don't open these, my head's going to explode. For some of these, I've been waiting for like an entire week to open. So we're going to do, just like always, I'm going to start with the smaller packages, and then I'm going to move up to like the boxes, which is a scary thing to say. And then I've got some cool things to show you afterwards as well that were already unboxed. This one, now all of these are from Whatnot. If you're familiar with that platform, it's a auction sales platform that I am unfortunately now addicted to, and so is my girlfriend. Thus the Labubu thing. But if you're familiar with Whatnot, you might be familiar with some of these guys. This one is from DNL Gold and Silver, and I can already feel I got one knife in there. So let's open that up. And I probably cut something. Yep, that would be the invoice. Oh well. Got a little thank you, supporting a small business, of course, because DNL Gold and Silver is freaking awesome. I've had nothing but awesome words for everybody, or from everybody I've purchased stuff from on that app. Everybody's been truly amazing. This one, what the hell did I get? Oh, I know what I got. Put in a little Ziploc. Didn't have a box. This one is a Remington lock blade. I think I have something similar to this already, but like I care. This one will be nice to carry around. So this is a lockback by Remington. You got a little deer scene there. Pretty cool. And oh my god, I'm getting ink all over my hands again. That's pretty neat. Where's my cloth?
Stainless steel. Remingtons make a really good, like, traditional knife. I really like their lockbacks, especially. And they're not terribly expensive. Good and solid. And of course, I'm always getting a deal when I get these on auction. Bone handles, I believe, and probably 440 stainless is my guess. You can see stainless there at the bottom, Remington, and a really cool deer scene on the side there. I think the back is, yeah, that's bear. But really pretty cool. Yeah, I wouldn't use it as a I wouldn't use them as glass breakers. They're called glass breakers. Truth be told, very rarely do they work very well. they I've seen a lot that don't, they're on a lot of knives, but they very rarely work very well. I've seen actual glass breakers that work amazingly well, but very rarely are they on an actual knife. Like there's a bracelet. I don't know where I put it. I used to have it around, which is, there was a bracelet that I had that's essentially elastic, like an elastic band or a couple elastic bands. And at one point it has a little ceramic like ball type thing. And if you need to break a window, you take the bracelet off and you just snap it against the window, and that'll shatter it faster than any, like, even window breaker on any knife. So something like that I'd go with, but these window breakers, hit or miss. I mean, maybe if you really wanted to just, ow, but then you've got a knife. I don't know. But this is Remington. This was from D&L Gold and Silver. That's the first one. We're going to go ahead and open up another one real quick, because that was a simple one. And let me throw that in the case, because I have nowhere else to put it right now. I will put it in my case and then promptly forget it's there. All right, so that's there. And then, oh no, I will forget it's there. I want to oil these and wax them and all that fun stuff later. I'll put it on the ground. All right, next one is from Dam Jacob. D-A-M Jacob. I don't know if the dam is supposed to stand for something else. That's what he's got there. But Dam Jacob. I don't know if he's got an actual, like, store name, or if he just goes, if it's just called Dam Jacob on whatnot. This one. Oh no. I've mentioned this before. I've got to make a spreadsheet, because I've had the misfortune of forgetting what I've gotten in the past, and I've ended up with doubles and, in very few cases, triples of the same knife, because I have the memory of a cantaloupe and can't remember what I bought. This one's a tater skin, brown burlap micarta series. I think I know what this is. And it is, yes. Another lady's leg. I love these things. I don't know why, other than I find them humorous. They remind me of the movie A Christmas Story with the leg lamp. But they're really cool. I joke that I'm going to get as many lady legs as I can, and I'm going to make a knife caterpillar, a knifeapede or something like that. Yes, another leg. This is the second brown burlap or tater skin leg that I have. I might actually have a third. I can't remember if I got another one. I've got a pink one. And I know I've got a couple other colors that are on the way. So the knifeapede is coming. the knifeapede will be coming soon. But I can't help it. They're just really cool looking to me. This one is a Rough Rider. Like I said, brown burlap micarta. I don't know. This is, let me see here. Where's I have a sunshine cloth around here somewhere. Shine that up a little bit. I don't know what it is. Excuse me. I'm going to be coughing throughout this whole freaking video. I don't know what it is about the lady legs, other than I find them super humorous and I just really like them. And I'm a leg man. Yes, I know I have this one already. It's not even a question. Because I was going through my box and
I know I've seen this in there. So I have 2 at least. I very well might have a 3rd. Because like I said, I have the memory of the freaking coconut. Can't remember what I bought. That's why I keep saying I'm going to need to go and make myself a spreadsheet of what I have and what I don't. Actually, it wasn't me that said that. It was my girlfriend because she saw that I had doubles of something. She's like, you need a spreadsheet. I'm like, yes, I do. That shined up really well. I love these sunshine cloths. These things are freaking amazing. They will shine anything up. Well, anything metallic anyway. But 440 stainless steel in the shape of a lady's leg, if that'll focus. I just think these are neat. And I'm going to make that knife a pillar. I'll take a photo of it as soon as I get it done. But that's a tater skin from Damn Jacob. Awesome knife. That gives me a user, so that's cool. All right, we're going to go through these relatively quick. I don't know if it's going to be as long a stream as my previous ones. This one is from, I don't know who. This is from Real McCoy Cutlery. My first purchase from them, I believe. He seemed to be a very nice gentleman and managed to get a good deal on this one. Although I can't remember what it is. Hold on. I had to open this one weird, apparently. I have now officially cut myself more times without a knife than I have with. I don't know what the hell happened there. Ugh. All right. I also might stop using that ink stamp because holy crap, that stuff does not dry. Okay, this one's from Real McCoy. This one apparently is a marbles. I can't remember what I got. I can never remember what I got. I'm very yes. It's not so much that I'm not even trying to get the same knife. I just completely forget that I bought it. That one I remember now though, and I will remember not to buy another tater skin until I forget. Ooh. This is nice. This one is a marbles lockback. I got this one because it was the size of it. It's just nice. So we got a lockback knife. I don't know if that's bone. It could be. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's like it looks like bone. Like a green bone jigged. Nice long California clip point. How long is this thing? That's what she said. That is a 4 1/4, just over 4 1/4 inch blade. Yeah, that's the nice thing. It's like because my memory sucks. opening a package is like Christmas. It's a surprise with every package. I don't remember buying this until I open it up. Really nice looking blade. Every time I look at an auction, I'm always discovering something really neat that I just can't help but want really badly. This is one of, there's a lot of them that I don't manage to acquire either. You guys on that auction site are ruthless. And I admit, I'm a cheapskate. That is shining up really well. And the majority, with maybe a few, like a handful of exceptions, I do try to get brand new. There are a couple that I might get used for one reason or another, either because you can't get it anymore, or it's something of a project where I'd like to try to shine it up, clean it up, and see if I can't make it look really good. But this one would be a new inbox. I think the Remington might have been a used one. It didn't come with a box. Not that it was in any bad shape or anything. But that's pretty. There we go. Nice and clean. Marbles lockback. That's a nice one. Then I'm starting to get a taste for some green bone knives. I've got so many knives that are like your typical black or I don't know, or even white. But I don't see too well. No, the modern knives I get, there's quite a few green micarta. But as far as the traditional knives, I don't see too much green. It doesn't seem to be a super popular color unless you're talking like Case's Green Apple series or something. That's really cool. Marble makes some great stuff that's really inexpensive. Another reason why I'm liking these traditional knives so much. They're really easy to collect, more often than not, really good quality. And they don't cost a whole lot, which means you can get a lot more than, say, buying one $200 modern knife. Okay, what do we got from here? We got another package. This one's also, I get a lot from D&L Gold and Silver. If you haven't checked them out, he's a really nice guy, really nice seller. And I've gotten quite a few. I'm pretty sure I've got another box sitting here from him. This is just the last of the packages. But I managed to get some really good deals from him. And in some cases, good deals that were so good that I felt bad getting them. I think, who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody on the Discord. It's like, yeah, I feel really bad getting them. I get them so inexpensive and, you know, for such little money. I feel so bad as you're polishing them up and, like, you know, putting them in your display case. Or like me, I started an unboxing live stream. I feel so bad. Can't wait to unbox it. But this one was also from D&L Gold and Silver. This one, you can tell he's going to run out of Ziplocs. Okay, so what do we have here? This one was another one that didn't come with a box. I think this was a user. Meaning, you hear user, it's a knife that probably has been used. Although, if this was a user, it doesn't look bad. This is a this is a Remington cutlery. Bone, except you've got the wood, or you got like what do they call this? Like a a worm trail carving. They look like little worm trails instead of your typical jigging. Got like appear to be nickel silver bolsters. The blades look darkened. Ooh, that's got some good snap. Yeah. This is a trapper, two-bladed trapper. You got your California clip point, and you got your spay blade. I always love how they show this off. I'm always nervous when I try to position blades like this because I'm afraid it's going to snap on my fingers, and this thing's got some snap to it. Losing knives in my bedroom? What? You wish you took pictures of today? Ran across a guy selling bone, flint, and obsidian. Oh, really? You ran across a guy? Where the hell were you that they were selling bone, flint, and obsidian knives? That sounds cool. Now this one, a Remington stainless, obviously black and or it's like a stone-washed blade, which is actually kind of neat that we can get that in focus. So I don't think this was a user. I'm not seeing a single scratch on either of those blades. Maybe this just didn't come with a box. Again, my memory sucks. Like, I'll buy something, and because I haven't opened it, and I'll wait like a week to do this live stream, I won't remember what I paid for any of this. But yeah, I'm not seeing a single scratch or anything on these blades, so I don't think this was used at all. This black stuff you see on my fingers is from the ink that is covering, that I cover the addresses with. And it's not coming from any of this, and thankfully it'll wipe off. It won't transfer onto this stuff. But that's pretty cool. Remington cutlery. There's the badge. Yeah, I forgot what they call this. I think it's like a worm carving or whatever you call it. I don't want to rub too much of this. What do you call that? What did I say this was again? Distressed or stonewash blade. Still looks really good though. I can shine those bolsters up really nice, I'm sure. That's a pretty knife. Let's close this up. Yeah, really good snap. Probably do with a little bit of oiling. And then I'll wax the blades and it'll be perfect. It feels a little gritty when opening those blades, but not very bad. In fact, I'll show you what I normally do. Anytime I get a new knife, one of the first things I do with every new knife, unless it's obvious that it's already been done, I will drop a little oil, and I use KPL, which is this knife pivot oil. Pretty expensive for a bottle. I think it's like $15 for this size bottle. I forgot how many ounces this is, but I've used this on so many. I've literally used this on hundreds of knives, and I'm still like maybe an eighth into the bottle. But I'll put a drop in each of these pivots, and that'll help protect it from any corrosion inside that area. And it'll also make it a lot smoother to open and close if you work it in there a little bit. Yeah, I can already feel it. That'll do it. And then what I'll usually end up doing is I'll wax the blades or oil the blades, depending on the type of blade. In this case, I'll usually wax them. And when I wax them, I've got a bunch of this Wicked wax from a few auctions. And this stuff has been great. It's like it's I think like a beeswax or something. It's supposed to be all natural, food grade stuff. So that way you can wax your blade to keep it, help keep it protected from corrosion. And it won't affect the knife if you want to use it to dice your veggies or anything like that. It's completely food safe. But then I'll wax the blades. I'll usually wax the bolsters and the back liners and springs and whatnot. And that just another way to keep it from corroding. Because a lot of the knives I will use, but I mean, obviously, there's only so many days in the week. I've got so many knives that a lot of these knives will also sit there sit in storage for a very long time. And even stainless will eventually rust if you're not careful, if you don't keep it in a good area or a nice dry spot. So regardless of whether it's stainless or not, I'll wax all the metal bits to make sure that they stay perfectly fine. But that's really cool. I like that Remington. Nice little Remington trapper. I can't even remember where I got it or why I got it, other than the fact that I really liked that worm type of carving, as well as the stonewashed blades. And I am finding that I'm growing very partial to trappers like this, which is the two blades and the California clip point and the spade blade. I'm becoming partial to trappers, doctors, which I can show you guys an example of later on. And I forgot what else. Oh, sod busters and lockbacks. I'm getting really partial to those types of blades. The second one we got in that package, this one is from Queen. Now, I don't have many of these. In fact, this is probably the first Queen I've picked up. And this, very similar, very similar to the Remington I got. Another one in bone with the worm type of carving into it. I'm not even centered on the camera. This one looks like a canoe. And I'm guessing that because of its shape. It's a very symmetrical, almost boat-like or canoe-like shape. Queen is another USA knife maker. They usually run around the same costs of like a case knife, except this one is, oh yeah, this one's, I was gonna say, I know those tend to be really expensive though, so I don't think this is one of them, but yeah, this one's a China made one. Usually if you get the American made queens, they're gonna be in tins and not in regular boxes. But again, another one where I just liked the bone and the way that they carved that like worm trail into the bone. There's the queen emblem. And ooh, almost cut myself there. Got their etchings on the blade. Queen steel. I believe this is 440. Yeah, 440C. Yeah, they're excellent, excellent knives. This is probably my first queen. I don't believe I have another queen. I might have another queen coming it's my way. I think maybe. But this is the first one that I've gotten from them. I'll shine that up nice and pretty. Get those bolsters to shine. I know I've been getting a lot of traditional knives lately. I can't help it. They're so easy to collect. There's so many different styles, looks, colors, and all that. It's hard not to want to get a bunch. I mean, I still love my modern knives. Don't get me wrong. I'm always going to be carrying a modern knife. I love all my modern knives, but there's something about these traditionals that have captured quite a bit of my heart. And I haven't seen too many traditional knives that I haven't liked at least a little bit. Well, that shined up really well. Again, I love these cloths. They're freaking fantastic. There you go. A nice example of a China-made queen. The Chinese ones aren't nearly anywhere as expensive as their American the USA-made counterparts, but they're still gorgeous knives and really, really well done. Normally, US-made knives, even though they might be produced in another country, they have a really strict quality control with their knives. So I haven't really had any problem with any USA company knife, even if it's come from, say, China or Pakistan. They've all been really, really good. I think like the worst knife I've ever got might have been like a Rough Rider with a slightly weak snap to it. But even then, that wasn't bad. It was just slightly weaker than the other Rough Riders that I got. And I've got tons of Rough Riders now. That's not even much of a negative point, to be quite honest. We'll put you back in there, and then I will wax that blade up later. I'm going to... I always end up spending hours. It's almost like a Zen moment. I've mentioned this before when it came to going to the shooting range. Going to the shooting range and also cleaning my guns afterwards has always been like a Zen moment. It's like a form of meditation for me. Because especially when I'm at the range, I'm focusing on very specific things like my safety, what I'm doing, how I'm taking the shot, my breathing, trigger control, all that other stuff. That it's a form of meditation. It like centers me in a way. And I'm finding that as I sit here after opening all these packages and start polishing and waxing and all this other stuff, it's like another Zen moment. Yeah, traditional is about all they had it up until, yeah, exactly. About all they had up until around the 90s. I think the most modern things back around then were like the lockbacks, and I think Case started. I can't remember when Case started coming out with liner locks, but yeah, these modern knives, these are babies. Still really cool though. Still really, really cool. Okay, next one we've got. This one is from. Oh, this is from Allen Cutlery. I don't think I've gotten anything from them before. This might be my first package from them. Allen Cutlery. I've got oh, there's a few knives in this. I can feel it already. Let's make sure I'm not cutting into anything major. So you'll have to excuse me if I'm not doing all my cutting on screen. But sometimes they like to hide the invoice, like right where my camera's looking. And then also, I don't want to cut into something I don't want to be cutting into, like a really nice box. So there we go. I could already see a bunch of what I got in here. We've got we got 3 knives in this package. Sweet. 2 of them hidden. Let's start with the one that's not in the little white box. We've got here an EDC Squirrel knife. Yay. Let's carefully take that off. This one's a Rough Rider. And this is, oh, this is going to be a Midnight Swirl. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to collecting Rough Rider knives. They've got so many different patterns and looks, and then they make them in series or sets. They know they're collectible. They know exactly what they're doing. Spyderco and Cold, yeah, Spyderco and Cold Steel. I thought, didn't Spyderco start doing it before? I don't know which came first, chicken or the egg. But I know they were 2 of the earlier pioneers when it came to the modern type stuff. This one is a Rough Rider Midnight Swirl. Lady's leg. That's the other one I was talking about. And that's a pretty one. I like that Midnight Swirl color. Let's get that one out. I gotta get a closer look at that. A lady's leg, a Midnight Swirl. Look at the color on that one. It reminds me of the Midnight Swirl looking razors that I have. Morgan, this is killing. You gotta admit that is a pretty knife, though. The scales of that knife are absolutely beautiful. Let me shine this up a little bit. But just like your other lady's leg, I felt like it had some good snap to it. Let's shine this up. What do we have on the blade? Midnight Swirl etched in the blade. You can read that there. A little hard to read. Midnight Swirl, Rough Rider. Got their little shield emblem right there. I don't know. These look kind of like bronzish bolsters. Give that a good shine. There you go. This is gorgeous. It reminds me of the razors that I've got. I think those are Midnight Swirl, but they didn't come in a Midnight Swirl box. In fact, I've got one of those razors right next to me here. This is one of those things that I've got like 2 or 3 of because I wasn't thinking. Because they're so pretty. But it looks like, yeah. This is also, it doesn't say it on the box, but this is a Midnight Swirl also. You can see there. They called this one, the razor is called a Black Widow, though. I know I've opened these up. Oop, there it is. I know I've opened these up on a previous unboxing. But a Black Widow razor and a Midnight Swirl lady's leg. These are pretty. Yeah, they are.
The scales are beautiful, but the leg disturbs you. Okay, I get it. You just don't like the leg. Something about the leg. I'm a leg man. When this is, they don't have a belly button knife, so I can't say anything about belly buttons. Whoops, kicked my camera. Let's not do that again. Keep having to adjust my stuff. Okay, there we go. Oh, close enough. A match there. But absolutely gorgeous. I'm liking these legs. They're just I don't know what it is about them. They're just goofy looking. They're so goofy looking. I can't help but want them. But they're really neat. I think they're really neat. We'll put this away. We're gonna see what else is in these other boxes. So I still got boxes to go, and I'm realizing that we're almost an hour into this. And oops, wrong box. And I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes to go. And some of those boxes hold multiple knives. So, oh, there we go. The funny thing is those lady legs are just small enough, the blade's small enough that I can legally carry them without a problem. Okay. Oh, I know what this was, I think. I think Alan was doing a thing. Okay, so the Midnight Swirl was something that he auctioned off. Just straight auctioned off. And I think I got it for a steal. The other thing he was doing is he had a stack of these boxes covered just like this, and they were all stacked up. They all had numbers on them, like that. Okay? And then he would run an auction, and you had I think it was like 15 seconds maybe. And I forgot where he started them. He started them between 10 and 15 bucks. I think he dollar started a few of them. And if you won the auction, you got your pick of a number. You called out a number, and you would pick from that stack of boxes. Some of them were big. Hey, Blue, how you doing? Some of them were big. Some of them were small. Some of them were long, short. You didn't know what was in them because they were covered up like this. So you pick a number, and then that's what you got. That's what you got. He'd reveal it for you. And that's how I got these 2 boxes. This one is here we go. This one is a buckshot bone, which I think is the first buckshot bone I got. Rough Rider. These are really neat looking. Hold on, here we go. Buckshot bone, more like birdshot bone because they're so small. But you've got bone scales. There's the Rough Rider emblem, shield. And you got this rough texture. Looks like it's been shot with birdshot. This one is a half hawk, I believe. Yeah, this one's a half hawk. You got Rough Rider etched on the sheep's foot blade. Good snap to that one. And it looks like a spear point, a smaller spear point blade. I really like the scales on this, and you got a little accent red liner in between that and the metal linings. Hefty piece. This one's cool. Amnesty, how you doing? You think you need a lady leg now? I can't help it. I just think they're cool. They're just so goofy that I can't help but want them when I see them. Don't tell my girlfriend that. Who am I kidding? That's one of the things that attracted me to her. I just want to collect all the lady legs I can. I know I've got more coming. It's not even. I have probably another tater skin one coming, and then a few more different styles coming. All lady legs. I'm gonna take a photo with a really long. I gotta find a really long knife, like another razor, or maybe a melon tester, which are really long, or toad poker, I think they call them, the really spiky ones. And I'll make a knifeapede, all legs and one long body. But this is a Rough Rider buckshot bone. I think this is the first buckshot bone I got from. Really neat. I like the look. The buckshot texture gives it a really good grip. And just super unique looking. And the other thing with a lot of these series, they keep putting out all these new series of styles that I think, like, for example, the tortoise shell series.
I think they're going to stop making that. They're going to phase those out, which is going to make those tortoiseshell knives much more what's the word I'm looking for? Desirable. Because if you're going to have a hard time getting them, they're just going to make them that much more expensive to get. Blue is my daughter. She's just waiting for me to kick the bucket so she can so she can get all of these. And the cool thing about these, like I said, Amnesty, is there's so many different styles and they're all really good quality. Rough Rider is probably one of my favorite. I mean, who am I kidding? They're all like favorites, but they're almost all good quality with very few super cheap exceptions. And they're not very expensive. Like the Buckshot Bone, I think maybe you can get for roughly around $20, brand new. I can't even remember how much. Again, on this one, because I know he was doing dollar starts. He was doing both dollar starts, or he would start the auction at 15. I'm pretty sure I didn't pay more than 15 for this one, which to me is pretty freaking crazy. But we'll put this back in the bag. So, like I said, he had like a pick your number game going. That was Allen Cutlery. We've got one more from him. This one, number 37. And the funny thing is I've seen enough boxes from Rough Rider. I've gotten enough. Hey, Kyle, how you doing? I've gotten enough boxes, different boxes from Rough Rider, that I'm starting to get a good idea of what. Yeah, they'll go from 18 to 24 via auction. A lot of times, if you're lucky, get them for less. Like I said, I think these, I don't think I paid more than 15. But what I was saying, I got so many Rough Rider boxes that I'm starting to get an idea of how they look. And so when he was playing his game, I was taking a good close look at the edges of the boxes to try to determine what I was going to get. Now, sometimes I was right, sometimes I was wrong, because some of the boxes look very similar, and sometimes it's hard to tell on the camera. But I was basing all my decisions on, like, that looks like it might be a Celestial box, or that might look like it's a tater skin box, and stuff like that. And not necessarily just size, because some of the smaller ones can be just as expensive, or even more expensive than some of the bigger boxes. I admit I tend to go for big, though. This one is a Celestial. See, I was right. A Celestial Rough Rider. These are really cool. This isn't my first Celestial. These are really cool because supposedly, I haven't really confirmed it yet. I should confirm it one of these days. But these will supposedly glow. Oh, yeah. He's a big one. It's a big lockback. These supposedly glow in the dark. If you charge them up, I guess. They're called the Celestial series. You get a number of different styles, obviously. This one is this is not a lockback. I am wrong. I am sorry. This is a liner lock. Oh my God, ooh, might have bit myself. That has got a strong, hold on. I gotta try something. Don't want to, oh God, stop it. It kicks back. See how that snapped. This is why you want to be careful with these. There you go. Oh, they glow with UV light. I don't have a UV light. I thought they were glowing. I knew it was either glow in the dark or UV light. I just couldn't remember what. But I think that's why they call it the Celestial series. But yeah, this is a liner lock. There you go. So you push on this liner to release it. Otherwise, it's locked up in there, like you can see. And the neat thing about these is a lot, like for example, a lot of Savivis I have, I have to get my nail in there to get the liner. They put this tab a bit out in order to be able to get a good push on that liner when you want to unlock it. And this is a really big one. But I've got to show you some stuff. Like I said, I've got I got a surprise you guys got to see. it wasn't a whatnot auction win. This is something that I actually bought when I saw it, and it came in just yesterday. But I'll show it to you guys when we're done with all the boxes, because I've got all these boxes to go through. But this is really cool. This is going to take a bit of, it looks like it's got some maybe dried oil gunk all over it. I know this is supposed to be new in box, so it just needs to be polished up. The only thing I can see is the liner looks a little rough, but not so bad. Nothing a nice polish will help clean up. I actually got a new rotary tool. I got a new Dremel just because I wanted something a little quicker when it came to polishing, cleaning up knives, or just like dealing with either old knives that had corrosion and trying to get the rust off and stuff like that. Don't have too many of those, thankfully. I've been lucky. I also spent a fortune on desiccant packets, and I tossed these desiccant packets all over in my gun cabinet. They're on all my knife cases, all my knife rolls and stuff like that, because I'm paranoid about corrosion. I mean, you generally don't have to worry about it with stainless steel, but like I said, if you have even stainless steel sitting out for too long and you're not taking care of it, it will corrode. Everything will corrode eventually, with the exception of maybe like LC 200N steel or something. That stuff is insane. But really nice, very pretty scales on this one. I gotta get myself a black light so I can see these under a black light, under a UV light or something. That's really cool. Don't have too many of these. And oh my god, that's gotta snap. There we go. We will put that away before it kills me. I still got more boxes to go through. You guys can't see it, but I've got at least 2 of these boxes are pretty big, are pretty freaking big. Okay, that was the Rough Rider Celestial. This was from Alan Cutlery. Freaking great guy. Awesome dude. And a fun little game with having to win the auction and then choose what box you want, or what number you want to pick. Excuse me. Sorry about the cough. We are going to start with this. Now we're at the boxes now. We are going to start with some of the smaller ones that I've got. And some of these boxes, oh my gosh, are all from the same person. What do we have for books and knives? We got R.L. Simp, which is Cowbell Cutlery. How many do I have from Cowbell Cutlery? How many do I have from Books and Knives? Holy cow. Okay, this one is from Cowbell Cutlery. R.L. Simp, you guys might be familiar with him. Another really awesome dude. Another preacher. What is it? I don't have anything to guess, but what is it with preachers in collecting or selling traditional knives? Nearly every person that I've bumped into on the auctions that sells traditional knives, almost exclusively, they've all been preachers, or, well, pretty much preachers of some sort or another. I don't know. You've already told me more. Well, like I said, my memory stinks. I can't remember. But this is from Cowbell Cutlery, or you guys might know him as R.L. Simp. Really, really nice guy. Managed to get quite a few good deals from him. He carries a lot of Rough Rider, a lot of Case. I think he's carried some Queen. I can't remember. Oh, it's my favorite peanuts. The ones that are supposed to dissolve in water, but I tossed one of these into my toilet. I don't think it dissolved, so now I'm questioning whether this is the ones that dissolve or not. I'm going to test that out before I toss that in the toilet again. We've got this one from Cowbell Cutlery, and then we have another box from Cowbell. I'm just going to open both these at the same time. We'll open up the other one as soon as I figure out where I'm cutting the seam from. Okay, that goes there. Oh, wow, that just opened. That was weird.
I don't think that was. Oh no, it's kind of taped. Taped with a label. Okay. So we've got 2 knives here in 2 different boxes. Both from Cowbell Cutlery. Oh, those are going everywhere. Okay, the first one, we got a big box here. He wraps these up good. Not complaining. Just takes me longer to get to them. Okay, let me cover up this needle too from the pivot oil before I stab myself. This one is obviously a Rough Rider. I've got so many This is the flowers. I saw this one, I had to get it. I don't think I really fought too many people on it. But it was just, I like the unique. I like things that, like the ladies' legs, how the lady legs are just, to me, they're just so odd and unique. I can't help but fall in love. Family friendly show, yes. Bible, yeah. They're all there. And this is another one. Like, I've never seen the flowers before. So I've never even seen one of these on auction before. I had to get it. Didn't know they came out with a series. And this is a Coke bottle? Might be a Coke bottle, just because of the shape. I don't know what to call this. I'm going to call it a Hunter. It's only got one single blade. But the reason why I liked it is because it was just different. It's not your typical bone. It's got a picture of flowers underneath a plastic or like acrylic clear scale. And it was just different. Again, oh no, it's a toothpick. Sorta. I don't know what that is, because that's a Warncliffe blade, almost like it almost curves inward. I don't know what this is. I'm not too familiar with it. I know toothpicks, but I don't think this is a toothpick, is it? A Whalen can tell me. Yeah, it's like a resin or acrylic. Again, I just thought it was unique because usually these come in bone or like ram horn or whatever, staghorn, whatnot. And haven't been too many that I've seen. Like they have synthetic scales also, but I haven't seen too many like this where there's a picture beneath. And this one, in this case, it's flowers. And I thought that was pretty cool. That shined up really easily. You can see the flowers even better there. But I thought this was pretty neat. This was actually one I was thinking of giving my girlfriend if she wasn't horrified about the idea of possibly cutting herself with it. I mean, I'm still probably going to give it to her. But I have a feeling she'll be like, oh, I love it. Keep it in your case. I'm never going to want to use it. But that's really cool. I just don't know. It's a copperhead. I think the copperhead refers to the bolster as being like a coppery color. I'm just not familiar with the blade. Because toothpicks normally have an even thinner profile blade than this. And the back end usually curves upward to almost a point. And this looks almost like a Coke bottle, but not quite. So I don't think it's a Coke bottle where the handle looks like a bottle. It's definitely a Warncliffe. Yeah, it's definitely a Warncliffe blade. I'm gonna have to dig up more information on this one. I think I don't doubt you at all, Waylon. I'm confused on this one. But it's neat. It's that thing where I see something that's different and unique to me, and I get really curious about it. And then I like to get at least one sample of it so I can say I have one,
and B, just find out more about it. But that's pretty cool. That's a really big box for a small knife too. And this has definitely got some snap to it. Just there we go. We're gonna put that one away. So we still got more boxes, and it is now past 3. We've been here for an hour. Okay, how does this go in there? This way. I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the Rough Rider flowers. Pretty cool. RR2094. If anybody's interested in trying to look that one up, I'm gonna have to dig more into this. This one is a marble. No, this one's an imperial. This one is an imperial. I'm gonna use a new knife for this one. I'm gonna try this one. Oh wow. Okay, well that's sharp. This one's an imperial. If you're not familiar with Imperial is made by Schrade. Schrade might be more familiar to you. They make I've seen a lot of different styles from Schrade. I didn't even realize until I started collecting these traditionals. I never even realized that they made traditional knives just under a different name. You are taped. No, you're not. Okay, here we go. Let's pop this open and see what this Imperial is all about. I've got a few Imperial already. In fact, one of the Imperials I like to carry with me on the daily. I keep it in a little slip pouch. Where is it? Where is it? Is it this one? It's this one. I keep them in a nice little leather slip pouch. These things are nifty. They protect the knife from getting scratched in your pocket by like coins or whatever, or keys. Lego. And I like to carry this one. This is a Stockman Imperial, like a pearly white. Really nice. I like those sleeves. Handy, handy sleeves. I don't know what this is. It's an Imperial like workman's sodbuster, or equivalent to it. It's a big one too. It's a single blade. It's not a locking blade. It's a slip joint, but I don't know if they call these. I know Case calls them sodbusters, but I've heard them referred to different names, like a workman's knife. I don't know if that's a very specific style though, because I've heard of workmen's that have pocket clips or that lock, or sometimes the names and types get really confusing. Online. Oh, you're talking about the flowers. That's just saying a Warncliffe folder, from what you can see. Yeah, it's not a pattern that I'm very familiar with, at least from Rough Rider. There's usually very specific patterns, like you got your Sodbuster, your Trapper, which has 2 knives. You have your Stockman, which has 3 blades. Congress has 4. And they're very specific blade profiles too. Like the Trappers have a California clip point and a spay blade. If they have different types of blades, they might be called something different. They're very a work knife. Okay, this wouldn't surprise me. They call it a work knife because it's a very simple workman's knife. Slip joint again. You got a mid stop, and then a very good snap closed. Really good size, a little bit bigger than what I'd be able to carry, I'm sure, because what's the size of this blade? I have a smaller one made by Rough Rider that looks very similar to it, except this one has a synthetic scales, whereas the one that I've got from Rough Rider has wooden scales. This one has a just over 3.5 inch blade, and it is a very slight clip point. There's a very gradual drop on that spine. It's almost just straight. Like I said, Imperial IMP22L. I don't know what kind of steel this is. I am guessing it's going to be 440 stainless, because that's what the majority tend to be made of. I'll have to look that up. I don't think it said anything in the box. This one's China made against a Schrade. IMP22L is the model number. There's a little something in here. Advertisement. Warning. Okay. Warning. Sharp. Can hurt you. Got it. I'll remember that. All right. But very simple blade. But I like these simple blades. I don't know what it is about these very simplistic knives that I get very drawn to. I've said it before on a few different videos where there's just some beauty in its simplicity that I really like. And this is no exception. Unfortunately, like I said, it's going to be something that'll probably stay at home, but it'll probably see quite a bit of use. But a little big for me to be able to carry in my pocket without drawing looks, I'm sure, because of the size. But still pretty cool nonetheless. I'm still happy to have it. I probably got that one at a steal. These don't normally go for very much. I think I've seen them go for anywhere between 10 to 20. I can't remember what I got this one for. You can bet that if I got a knife, yeah, $5, cheap. They're not expensive, but they're great, good quality knives. You don't need to spend a ton for a good working knife. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I spent a lot on it. You can be guaranteed if I have a knife that I've gotten from an auction, more often than not, I'm getting it at a damn good price. And I do my research on pricing before I go. And I've done so much research. I'm getting a decent idea of what knives are gonna run anywhere else. And there are some cases where I don't care about the cost, because a lot of times, if it's a seller that I truly enjoy, you know, he's a showman or just a really nice person, they're working hard and, you know, working honest. A lot of times I might not care about the price, and I'll pay the retail price for it because I know it's supporting them. Whereas Amazon, they make so much profit on sheer volume. Sure, they can outprice pretty much anybody. Same with Chicago Knife Works, I'm sure can outprice pretty much anybody. I have gotten knives from Chicago Knife Works. Not to say that I haven't used them, but I am more than willing to support the little guy, especially when they're giving you such a really good show, good quality service, and they're just great to hang around and watch. Yeah, Rough Riders are very inexpensive, and I know that Chicago Knife Works is holding, or has been holding, a sale on a lot of Rough Riders. So if you don't want to deal with the auctions, they're a good place to get them from. The funny thing is, I was looking at where they come from, and I don't think Chicago Knife Works like when I ordered from them, they weren't coming from Chicago, they were coming from Virginia. So I don't know how that works, but I thought that was interesting. Chicago Knife Works from Virginia. Okay, so that was from Allen Cutlery. What do we have here? There's another new one that I don't think I might have ordered from them before. I can't remember. Smokey's Treasures. I think I did order from these guys before. Smokey's Treasures. This is the only box I have from them. Let's open this up. Yeah, lady legs are not too expensive. The only time you'll start paying more for lady legs is like what I was saying before, when they start to phase them out. And oh my god, this has a few things in here. And some paper. You can guess what this is. Remember I told you I might have gotten 3. I wasn't joking. Because A, there are 2 things that happen. One of them is I see, oh my god, it's a lady's leg. And B, I completely forgot that I've gotten one already. So I think I've got 3 knives in here. Okay, you guys can place bets. I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd lady's leg that I got. We got a little sticker from Smokey's Treasures. You never know what you'll find. Nice. You can place your bets now. Yep. This is my third. I got 3 of these suckers. I got a 3-legged turtle skin woman. So we've already seen this, so I'm not going to focus on it too long. But I got another tater skin lady's leg. Again, this is why my girlfriend was like, you got to make yourself a spreadsheet, so that way you know what you've already gotten and you can stop buying multiples. But that's fine. Still keeping it. Shh. Nobody else has to know. But we won't focus on that one. Gift to Frost for reasons. Maybe I'll give that to my brother. Or maybe that what did I say in Discord? If I accidentally get 3 knives, I got 1 for the safe to be a safe queen, 1 to use, and the 3rd one for when I want somebody to hold my beer. My tape measure looks like it would be lemon flavored if it was edible. Now I'm hungry. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so I have 1 for the safe, 1 to use, and 1 to hold my beer. Let's start with this one because this is coming in a white box, made in China. And I have no idea what this is. It's got a part number of HH858SO. No idea. Tater skin lady leg, $6. Yep. Easy to get. Pretty inexpensive. This one is a... Oh. I don't think this had a name because there's not even a shield. I think I got this because I got it. It was going for cheap. In other words, I got this probably for a couple bucks and not much more. This is a trapper. We've got a California clip blade here. Let's extend that fully. And then we got a spay blade here. Full-size trapper. Okay, here we go. This is made by Hard Hat Knives. I am not familiar with that name at all. Hard Hat Knives. Never heard of them. What's this on this side? Clark Sharp stainless steel. Okay, so it's stainless steel. Probably anywhere from 420 to 440 C stainless is my guess. We've got another, looks to be a model number. That is HH858SO or S0. But it looks to be a wood grain scaled trapper. Copper colored bolsters. Yeah, not familiar with this one. I can tell you right now, like I said, by picking this up, I would have picked this up because it was unbelievably cheap and it looked like a workable knife. Otherwise, I would have skipped over it. Because normally I'm partial to Rough Riders, Case, Queen, etc. I have more Rough Riders than anything. I finally gotten a hold of a couple Case knives that you guys might have seen on some of my previous videos. And got my first Queen knife, although not a Queen USA. But definitely partial to Rough Rider because they're so inexpensive. And there's so many beautiful types out there. Yeah, I would have only picked this up if I had seen that it was cheap as hell. Nobody else was probably bidding on it, is my guess. This one is going to be, how big is this blade? It's probably going to be longer than I really can carry. 3 1/4 inches for that one. Probably about the same for the spay blade. They generally are the same length. Probably one I won't carry often, but probably still will. Like it's just a hair over 3. I mean, technically, if they want to be really stingy, I could possibly get in trouble for it. But again, it's not like I'm out there doing stupid crap. So more often than not, they're probably not going to really care. But this is one that, like, because I don't believe it's a rare or precious type, I think my thinking probably would have been
a very inexpensive knife to toss around and use heavily without worrying about using a much. And don't get me wrong, this wood on here is gorgeous. So I'm not saying that it's ugly, but this is one of those knives that I probably got for so little cost, but still looks great. It looks like it can handle quite a bit. That my intention was probably to use it as something that I can use heavily. Southern Oak, it says. Okay, Hardhead Trapper at Knifeworks, $7. Yeah, I don't think I even paid $7 for this. I'm pretty sure I paid less. That's, again, I can't remember. I don't have the spreadsheet, so but I'm pretty sure I didn't spend more than probably. I don't think I spent more than $5 on this. Pretty good snap. Pretty nice. That's probably going to see quite a bit of use. We'll put that back in there. Yeah, I was. That really got my curiosity because it was in a box. It was just a plain white box, and looks and felt fantastic. I did. Oh, and I know I didn't mention it, but I didn't feel any play in the blade whatsoever, and I haven't felt any play in any of the blades I've handled whatsoever. They're all really so far been pretty well made. But then a lot of the times I'm getting new in box. I don't get too many used. So this one is, oh, I got another one. This one I got a second one. This one is one that I already have, already unboxed, and actually have in, hold on a second. Let me show you. Oh, damn it. I hit my light. Stop it. Or my camera. I already have that in, it's a pocket-like organizer that I sometimes carry because it fits. I got a little notebook. I have an Olight pen, and I have this same exact knife in there, and I can carry change and stuff on the back. And this will just all go in my pocket so nothing's jingling around. Now, if I really wanted to, I made a lanyard for it, and I could wear it around my neck and put it up against my chest if I just don't have the pockets. But I thought this was pretty neat. But I have the same knife already in here. And this wasn't an accidental buy. It's just that I like the knife so much that I saw another one for really cheap that I wanted to get a second one. And this one, again, this one's a Rough Rider. It's a workman's knife. Nice snap. Lock blade, or a lockback knife. Just press on here, release the blade, and snaps shut. But I really like the one that I've been carrying with me, and it's been super useful that I wanted to get a second one. So yeah, this wasn't like, oh crap, I accidentally bought the same one again. This one, I wanted another one on purpose. Because this one has just been so handy. Oh no, this one actually won't be a safe queen. I'm probably going to use the other one to death, and this is going to be its eventual replacement when when I get to that point. Not to say that the other one won't last a long time. I mean, that thing I haven't had it for very long. I think maybe a couple weeks since I've been carrying it, but it's been seeing some pretty heavy use because it's just simple and handy. And there's a reason why I've been using more traditional knives than I have my moderns. I think I mentioned it before in the last stream. It's just that I like to save my modern knives. Like, say, for example, this. If I'm carrying this, I'm not going to use this to open boxes all day, cut packages, and all that other stuff. I like to keep my modern knives relatively pristine because I see these as more of quick ready, needed an emergency EDC. So I don't use these knives very often. Even something like, if I were to carry something like this, I wouldn't use it that often. If I'm going to be opening boxes all day or cutting packages or cords or whatever, I'm going to be pulling out my workman knife or my stockman or, whatever traditional knife I have on me. And that will do most of the brunt,
they'll do the brunt of the hard work. Because then if I need something that I need to deploy fast or in an emergency, that's when I pull these out. And because these are doing much of the because the traditionals are doing much of the hard work, these are always going to stay sharp and ready to go at a moment's notice. I don't have to worry about, I've been cutting boxes all day with this thing and now it's probably dull. I want this to stay sharp for when I need it. So yeah, these traditionals or workman's knives or, what have you, these will end up doing most of the hard work. Because when I'm opening boxes or cutting cables, I don't need speed. I don't need to be flicking the blade open because I'm not trying to do 20 boxes. I'm not in a competition. I'm not trying to do them super fast. I just need to get them done. And a blade like this will get them done without any problem. This will remain sharp and ready to use when I need it if the need arises in an emergency. I don't have to worry about it being dulled from opening anything. The only thing I'm seeing here is, I don't know if that's, oh no. I thought that might have been a duller edge, like a duller edge, but I'm wrong. It looked like it was just dirt. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Where did I put my... Damn it, my desk is a mess. There we go. Let's drop this real quick. I thought I saw what could be like a dull portion on the blade. It could just be how it was polished. And that looks like it's about gone. This thing has been handy as hell. This is a little, what is it, Work Sharp? Portable knife sharpener. I've got like a coarse diamond side, a fine diamond side, coarse and fine ceramic. And it's been probably my most used sharpening tool ever. And I've got other sharpening stones and sharpening and diamond plates. But I think I've used this more than any of those others. Mainly because it's portable. I have a second one that I carry in my backpack. But mainly because it's portable, it's just easy to grab. I don't have to worry about setting anything up. I just pick it up. And then it's ready to go. Okay, that spot's gone. It needed a little bit, just a little bit on the fine ceramic. And it's already perfect. Yeah, it had a little, I don't know what to call it. There's just a super fine dull spot, it looked like it might have bumped something, but that was very easily fixed. There we go. Perfect. Didn't need much. But yeah, this thing, handy as hell. Like I said, ceramic, rough and fine. We'll even do fish hooks. You've got a small ceramic for serrated edges. You've got angle guides for when you're doing your sharpening. And these plates are magnetic, and you can turn them over so that way you can protect the diamond plate when it's not being used. And when you want to use the diamond plate to sharpen, you just flip it over and just magnetically attaches onto the tool. And then you've got a leather strap, which was the other thing I was using. And like I said, you got coarse and fine ceramics. You just spin this. You got coarse, you have fish hook, and you have fine. Handy as hell. Very freaking handy. Wait, you have an account now? You need more boxes for your unboxing? Yeah. This is could probably be, I'm not saying this is my last unboxing, but my next unboxing, I don't think will have anywhere near as much because admittedly, I need to slow down. I've been spending a lot. I have spent so much. I'll still be having an unboxing next week. It might not be the same size. I might be like a couple boxes less. But I'll still have one next week. And then if I ever run out of stuff to unbox, like I have a week where, I might not have ordered anything or nothing just came in, I might just do something like a maintenance video thing, or like how I sharpen my stuff or how I maintain my stuff, and just do a video and then just like chat with you guys. Just be all, talk about knives and whatever. But we'll see. Like I said, next week is still going to be another unboxing, just might not be as many. Okay, this one, we got another box here. This one is from Piper's Picks. This is another new one. A new, well, I don't know if they're new to the platform, just new to me anyway. Piper's Picks had a lot of really good traditional knives for sale. And obviously, if I picked them up at a pretty decent price. I'd like to think anyway. And she didn't cover her stuff, so I know what I got. We've got a Celestial, and we got another Rough Rider in a small box. And you know what makes me sad? Where's the candy? Nobody gives me candy. I did order candy from, there's another seller called Appalachian Freeze Dried Knives, I think. He sells candy and knives. And really cool guy. And I know I bought some freeze-dried ice cream from him. And probably a couple knives. So that'll probably be coming next week. So that's the one for the next unboxing. Yes, maybe a waxing stream. We'll see. Will I be in Titan today? Depends on the time, because I know when he's on I think he's on at 6, close to 7 today. And so I might or might not be able to make it. We'll see. Because I'm usually doing a bunch of stuff around that time. But we'll see. I can always just drop in and have it play on my phone while I'm doing other stuff. Let's open the Celestial series first, because that one, we actually know it's the Celestial. It's not a mystery. I just don't know what kind of Celestial. It's a Trapper. Oh, it's a full-size Trapper. It's a pretty Trapper. Again, Trapper. We got a California clip blade, and we got a spade blade. If I have to tell you what a spade blade is, yikes. Used by, very popular with farmhands. The Trappers were, or the spade blade was used to, well, that's why they call it a spade blade, to spay an animal when they needed to do so. And that's the reason for its particular shape. I don't think they're still widely used for that anymore. Now it's just more of a secondary blade. But I love these because I just like the fact that they're both on the same side. You have two sharp blades to work with. Like if you're doing a lot of work with a Trapper and one blade starts to get dull, you can use the second blade and continue working on, and you don't have to worry about resharpening things until, for a little while, because of the two blades. Same thing with all the other multi-bladed knives. It's just, I find the fact that they have more than one blade really handy, especially if you're doing a lot of work with them. But this one is a full-sized Trapper, Rough Rider Celestial. Again, supposedly it'll light up or glow under a UV light. I gotta get a UV light. And then party with these things. Go to a rave, just start flailing about with one with a few of these knives. Probably wouldn't be a good idea. I'd probably get arrested. Really pretty knife. I like these Celestials. They're just gorgeous looking. I love this. I love the sides, the scales. It's just a really unique look. And if they do glow under UV, just another bonus because that's just neat, even though I don't have a UV light. I don't know why you'd run around with these under a UV light. It's just another one of those neat things you can do with a pocket knife. I'm all for it. Totally all for it. But that, another gorgeous Celestial from Rough Rider. These are so pretty. How can you not want to collect them? Eventually, I'll have a favorite series, and then I might just start focusing on a specific series as opposed to collecting a little bit of everything. That time has not come yet. I'm sure it will eventually. I know I've been collecting quite a few tortoise shells. But it's mainly because I think the tortoise shells are really pretty. Didn't even have anything to do with the fact that they might not be making them anymore, or at least very soon might stop making them. This one is a Rough Rider. Oh, this one was an inexpensive purchase. This is another one of those more of a workman's knife. This is a single-bladed lockback. I think these are G10 scales, which this is another one I like the idea of having simply to have a simple knife to carry. Again, like the other one, the other wood one, this one has G10 scales, a very simple lockback, single blade. Actually, this looks like a bit of a recurve. Yeah, this blade has a bit of a recurve to it. Which, not the funnest to sharpen when you need to, but it's not a very traumatic recurve, thankfully. Not much to say about this one, other than this is just one of those that's great. Again, super inexpensive, but a great utility knife because the fact that they are inexpensive, simple to use, no bells and whistles, does what it needs to do when you need to do it, and a nice secure lockback. Pretty sure that's why I picked that one up. It might have also been to get into a buyer's givey, which I did not win. That's also a very strong possibility. Sometimes I will pick up a very inexpensive knife to get into a buyer's givey, which is a giveaway that you have to purchase something during the auction in order to get in. Unfortunately, I don't think I was lucky with that one. But still lucky with the knife that I did end up buying, so can't complain. Okay, we got 3 more boxes. We are at, what time is it? Good God, nearly 4 o'clock. These are, no. Never mind, 3:38. Okay, I was reading the clock wrong. All right, we got 3 more boxes. What do we have here? These are all, oh my God, these are all from the same seller. These are all from the same seller. These are from Books and Knives for You. Another fantastic seller on Whatnot. I have gotten a lot from him. Partially because he's just, A, he's a great guy, and B, he holds some fantastic giveaways. He holds some fun giveaways, but his buyer's giveaway tends to be pretty amazing. He throws a lot of stuff into a buyer's giveaway. Unfortunately, I don't think I've won. I think I've won one, like a long time ago. I would have unboxed it already, I think. I haven't won any of his more recent ones. And a lot of times people will add to the giveaway, and then you'll end up with a buyer's giveaway that has like multiple knives from other people sponsoring and stuff. And I will immediately try to get an inexpensive knife if I can to get into that giveaway. Unfortunately, I haven't been super lucky with that recently, but we'll continue to try. Okay, these boxes are tough. Open up. Oh, more packing peanuts. Ah! I almost tossed a knife in the garbage. Okay, get out of there. That's a 1. How many is in here? Oh!
Okay, we got a couple things in here. Some of them not exactly a knife. I'm pretty sure that's a knife. Either that or I bought a lot of toilet paper. I was watching another seller, and I think they joked about selling toilet paper, and he ended up putting a roll up for giggles, and people actually bid on the roll of toilet paper. I think he sold like 2 or 3 rolls of toilet paper, which I thought was hilarious. And also, I think it was a fun thing to do to get people into his buyer's giving. Sell rolls of toilet paper. There you go. I can't remember who. Was selling the toilet paper. It was one of the knife guys. I just can't remember which one. I don't think it was Books and Knives. I don't think it was any of the larger sellers you're probably familiar with. I know he's been selling, but I can't remember who it was. God dang it. You have to try to... I'll ask around. I'll see if I can remember. But I don't think it was something that was going to repeat again. It should, because that was fun. Okay, so these 3 boxes, I've got 2 more boxes from Books and Knives for you, but the first box we've got looks like 2 knives, and we got a 4-pack of polishing cloths. I know for a fact I probably picked this up so I could get into a buyer's giving. Pretty sure. Not that I'm complaining. I could always use a good polishing cloth. I don't think these are like sunshine cloths though, where the sunshine cloths can't talk. The sunshine cloths have like jewelers, I think they call it jewelers rouge in them, which is a mild abrasive that is how the sunshine cloths polish so well, and that's why they turn black when you use them also. Because you don't want to wash these. Once they're all black, they're done. You toss them. But they have this jeweler's rouge on them. You can feel it on your fingers when you use it. But that's what helps polish the metal bits of knives and jewelry. This, I think, are just microfiber cloths, which I'm not complaining because I could always use more. Yeah, these are washable, so there's no... these aren't even microfiber. They're just soft 100% cotton cloths. Oh, I'm fine with that. That's cool. Yeah, 4 thick, soft, reusable, washable, and absorbent towels. That will be handy. We'll grab one now. Because why the heck not? Okay. I go through polishing cloths and other stuff like crazy. Not just for knives, but for other stuff. We will put you off to the side. But now that you're there, let's see what's in here. We've got 2 knives and a lot of tissue. This appears to be... Oh, no. This appears to be another reason for a spreadsheet. So far... so far, we've got... Yeah, I wish I could have got caught up in the TP auction. Although I did get caught up, but I never won any TP. So far, we've got 3 tater skin lady legs. I now have 3 Black Widow razors. This is my 3rd one. Because I can't remember what I buy. But now I know I have 3 of these. That's fine. That's another one that's going to be a Save Queen, a user, which actually I've been using. I've shaved a little bit with the one I actually just pulled out before this. And then this will be a hold my beer knife. But I don't know what it is about razors that I like so much. Is there anybody who here needs a shave? I don't know how you got this. Unless the only reason why I can see you getting a 3rd one is A, I completely forgot I got them, and B, I probably did not pay a whole lot for it. But there's my third Black Widow razor. What's this one? Yes, I'm not going to linger on that one since I have 3. This one, oh, this has a white box on it. What's this? Another one that's going to be a surprise if I can't get out of there. Oh, this one might be a Black Widow also, but a different type. Rough Rider Black Widow A Black Widow, I don't know. Cool. Tell me it's a small. Oh, it's a small box. Hold on. Black Widow. Morian, it's a Black Widow lady's leg. I knew this one was coming. That's why I got a little excited when I saw the box. A Black Widow's lady's leg. These are beautiful. How can you not like these? Let's shine that up, make it look all pretty. I'm not going to linger on this one too long also, because you guys have already seen like 2 other ladies' legs. I told you, if I see a lady's leg, I'm on it. We're still talking about knives. Are we? Are we? I think maybe. I don't know. If I see a lady's leg, I'm on it. Because it's something about these knives that make me giggle inside. And this one is a Black Widow version. Nice midpoint and snap. This one has the Black Widow etched on the blade, which looks really cool. On the other side, I'm not seeing anything other than the 440 razor sharp stainless steel model number in China. Yeah, RR and the Black Widow etched on this side. But another lady's leg that is absolutely gorgeous. I don't care what you say. I love these things. If I see... Now, at least I know I have this one. I have the tater skins. I have a pink one. So while I have roughly I have roughly 5 lady legs so far. I have 3 different types at least. I have 3 different types of lady legs. I can't remember if I ordered a 4th. We'll find out. But anyway, this one is the Rough Rider Black Widow version. I don't know what else to add to these other than like this one looks really cool because of the Black Widow, the black, red, and looks like coppery or silver nickel accents and bolsters. I actually really like. Actually, looking closely, that does look really cool. Look at the red and black. I don't know if that's like an actual stone or what that is. But that's neat. And that shield or that emblem looks really cool. So does the etching. Very clean etching. That's really cool. I love it. I love it. Good snap. There we go. Oh, I'll put you back in your stocking. Can't help it. I love these lady legs. If you're a seller out there and you're trying to get my attention, throw out a lady leg I don't already have. First of all, I don't need another tater skin lady leg. But if you want my attention, throw out another lady leg, just a different type. And then more likely than not, I will probably try to grab it and beat the heck out of anybody trying to snipe me. Okay, another books and knives for you. We'll open this one up. As soon as I figure out where the seam on this box is. There we go. Okay. That's that side. Get this corner without cutting my hand open. There we go. Now, I wasn't able to acquire any new Titan knives, but at least I could use them to open up a box. Okay, I gotta tear this one apart. There we go. Opens. Says me. More peanuts. We need somebody to fill them with actual peanuts. Then I got something to snack on. Oh, good. Now they're all over the place. That way I have something to snack on when I'm opening these things up. Don't forget to hydrate because I'm thirsty now. Okay, we got a few things. We got... I don't know what else is in here. Looks like we got 2 or 3 knives? And I got an envelope. I can guess what's in the envelope already. Because this is one thing he likes to give away, which I find to be utterly hilarious. I love him. Yeah, this was a givey. He wrote it down. I already know what this is, but I'm going to open it anyway. This is another giveaway Trump bill. Trump bill and sticker. He likes to give these out. I find them hilarious. I love them. Trump bill and sticker. Not legal tender. I wish it was. I'd have like a good like $300 or $400 in these things, but oh well. Still kind of fun and still kind of neat. Okay, so we got another Trump bill. Where the hell did I put my other one? I know I had a few of them. Because that's like the one givey that I seem to be able to win a lot of. Don't ask me why. Okay, we've got 2 packages, more than likely Rough Riders. We've got, what's this? The heck is this? This can't be a knife. I don't know what this is. Oh. Wait a second. I know what this is. I've got one of these already, and I saw this color. I had to grab another one. These actually are surprisingly expensive. These will go for like, I've been told like, oh, I don't get, oh no, there is a stand. Woohoo! There we go. I didn't get the stand with my other one, but I forgot who I bought the other one from. These can be surprisingly expensive because I don't think they sell these normally. I mean, as a dealer, you can get them. But I mean, other than like eBay or whatever or whatnot, I don't see them too often outside of that. This is I can unwrap it. A case marble. This one's in green. Case XX marble. They're apparently very collectible. And the reason why I picked this one up, now this one has a little stand. I'll sit right there. I have another one that doesn't have a stand, unfortunately. So I hope I didn't accidentally toss the stand away. I mean, that's a strong possibility because those things are small. But I have another one that, yeah, here it is. I have another one that was red. Let's open that up. I've had this one. I think I opened this up the last one, or I think either one of my unboxings, probably the second one. I had one that was red. I saw the green, had to pick it up. They've got a few other colors. They come in different sizes. I mean, they're marbles. And a lot of times they'll have, like in this case, they just have case. This one has case XX. This one has case in a different font. It mimics their stamps on the case knives. And a lot of times they might have one that just says authorized, that has case authorized dealer on it. Like I said, a lot of different colors, and I just thought it was neat. I had a red one. I thought it'd be cool to get a green one just to kind of have somewhat matching duo. And hey, Morgan, maybe you could use one of these as an eyeball. Hey, Jay, thank you for coming by, and thanks for the like. I appreciate it. But yeah, I had to get a second one because I just thought they were neat. Kind of knife related, so there you go. I'll put that one back in here. I don't know where I'm going to put the second one. I don't have a little tiny, well, we'll just put you in the bubble wrap and we'll hope for the best. Make sure I don't, oh, that has a hole in it. I just don't want to lose the stand. Ah, you go in there. We're just going to ball you up and stick you in my case. Yeah, get in there. Close enough. Okay, close that up. And let's see what knives we have here. Should I do the small box or the big box first? Is there anything else in this tissue? Nope. Toss that away safely. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the whatever.
Okay, small box first. No, we'll do the big boxes. Sometimes the smaller boxes are actually more of a surprise than the big ones. More tissue. This will be handy if I ever have to blow my nose. I get allergies, so there's actually a lot of truth to that. This one is a Rough Rider 2450. I don't know what that is. They put a black sticker on it. This is is this a tortoise shell? Yes. This is a tortoise shell. And somebody dig around. If you guys know better than I, like I said, I've heard rumor that they're going to stop making these. And I've been grabbing a few of these, mainly because I like the look. I think they just are beautiful knives. So I don't really collect for monetary value. I mean, if I wanted to collect for monetary value, there are other knives that I can definitely pick up. But I've heard that they're going to stop making these, which is going to make these a lot more scarce, a lot harder to get a hold of, and probably a little more expensive, along the line. But somebody see if there's actually any truth to that, if they're actually going to stop making these. I'd like to know. But this is a Rough Rider tortoise shell. We've got, what we got? Tell me it's another lady's leg. No, this is I don't know what this is. I think this is a muskrat. Waylon will tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a copperhead or muskrat. We've got two blades on this one. California clip blade on one side, and I'm pretty sure another California clip blade. Although this one opens up in the other. Yes. Is that a muskrat or a moose? I forgot what the difference between a muskrat and a moose was. I thought muskrats had two different blades and mices? Moose, eh? I thought the moose had the same blade on each side, which this one does. Two California clip blades. I can't remember which is which. Muskrat or moose. I've got one of them sitting right here. I'm still learning on the traditional stuff. It's confusing because there's so many different styles, like I said. This one, again, is the tortoise shell or imitation tortoise shell. They didn't use a real tortoise because that'd just be wrong. But I always thought that these were absolutely gorgeous knives because they have like a little almost like 3D effect when you're looking at the scale. You've got the tortoise shell emblem or shield, as they call it. Coppery looking bolsters. And ooh, that's a sharp blade. I felt that on my thumb. Two California clip blades. How long is this thing? Tape measure. These are 3-inch long blades. Actually, I should probably fold it out completely. Really good snap. Really strong springs to that. That's a 3-inch blade. Carryable. Let's shine that up too. But I just really like the look of the imitation tortoise shell. The moose. Oh, the moose. Okay, this is a muskrat. The moose is the one with the different blades. Okay. I might have said something backwards. Which, yeah. Okay, so this is a muskrat. Two of the same blades, one on each side. Again, I'm really loving these tortoise shells. Part of me hopes they don't stop making these because I like the look and I don't have all of them, because if they stop making them, it's going to be all that much harder for me to get all the tortoise shells in the series. At the same time, another part of me hopes that they are going to stop making these, because then that would make these a bit more precious, since it's harder to get a hold of them. It would be harder for them to get a hold of them, or harder people to get a hold of them. But these are absolutely beautiful. Some of my favorite, probably one of my favorite series from Rough Rider, just because I love that tortoise shell look. Really cool. Again, and a weird like 3D like effect. It's hard to tell, a little harder to tell on camera, But when you're looking at these up close with your own eyes, they're absolutely gorgeous. They've just got this shine. Oh, yep, there we go. That's a nice one. I'm liking that. I love the tortoiseshell series. All right. There we go. We'll put that one back. I'm kind of curious to see what the small one is. Let's see. Close that up. And hold on a second. I need to fix something. My nose is going haywire. I've got so much tissue. Okay, that's a little better. All right, what else do we have from them? We still got one more knife here, and then we still got a big box to open up. We have... Open this up. Oh, I saw the side of the box already. I know what this is. Well, I don't know what type of knife, but I know what series this is from. And I'm already excited. This, judging from the side of it, is a Black Widow. Let's see if I'm right. A model RR1673, again from Rough Rider. Black Widow. Is this another lady's leg? Did I get two by accident? It's possible. Another one. I've got two of them. I really got to pay attention to what I'm doing. I really got to pay attention to what I'm getting. That's another. I'm not even going to bother unwrapping that. But that's hilarious. Hey, I got two matching. I got two tater, at least two tater skins. I got two Black Widows. I wonder if I can make. I wonder if I can make a knife person. And if I made a knife person, what would I use for the rest of the leg and the body and the arms? Because now that I have like two matching sets of legs. Told you, I see a leg and I just want to get it. I can't help it. I really got to pay attention to like what I already have though. Because now I've got three taters and two Black Widows. That's admittedly kind of crazy. But we are putting that away for now. All right. We have one last box to open up. Again, this is from also Books and Knives for You. You can guess. Yeah, I really like this seller. Let's open this baby up. And where the heck is the seam? On the other side. There we go. Now I just sharpened my Titan knives just for today. Actually, all my Titan knives I've sharpened up. Just give them a good honing. They actually see quite a bit of action in the home. I don't carry them outside too often because I don't normally carry fixed blade knives around with me. They're a little harder to deal with in terms of like keeping them in a pocket or whatever. And I've got so much stuff that's already on my belt that I don't like to attach more stuff to my belt if I can help it. Because I'm already needing to get, like, I need to wear suspenders already as it is if I'm carrying more than just my firearm with me. Okay, we got a few things in this box that I'm trying not to lose anything. I'm gonna have to go through this garbage to make sure I didn't dump anything in the garbage. Other than packing peanuts. Okay. So this is the last box. Where did this come from? This is the last box I got from Books and Knives for You. And what we have here, we've got a few smaller items. We got a big box, and we've got, hold on, let's start with this. I know what this is already. It's probably another Trump bill, but I'm going to check to make sure. Yep, it's a Trump bill. He has two different styles of Trump bill. I wonder which one this is. Is this the same one? Yep, same one. So another Trump bill. So many of those. And some of the stuff it's knife related, but not a knife. Okay, what do we have here? This is I think this is a knife roll.
which I need one because I have so many knives. This one, yeah, this is a knife roll. Oh, candy. Sweet. And we've got space for... Ooh, you got space for a few knives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Space for 12 knives. Or 24 if they're really small. And you got a little soft covering. And then you roll your knives up. I've got like 2 others that are like a burlap type. This is like this is more like a vinyl. I don't know what this is. It's not leather. You roll your knives up, and then you can tie this off, and it's just a neat way to carry several knives with you if you're going to like a show or something. Or I have no idea how I'm tying this up because this is all over the place. Nice way to carry several knives if you're going to a show, friend's house, whatever, showing off your collection, part of your collection. I just needed another way to store my knives. I've got 2 hard cases that are already just about filled. I've got 2 other rolls similar to this that actually hold half the amount of knives that are filled. And then I've got, oh no, one's empty. And then I've got another type of case that's just about filled. I've got so many cases, so many knives, but that's cool. A nice little knife roll. That'll definitely see some use. We've got a few other things here that are, I don't think, not, at least one of them's a knife. And okay. Actually, let's start with this one. I don't know what this is. Still possibly pretty cool. What are you? Right edge. This has to be a knife. I don't know what kind of knife. Are you taped? Shut up, phone. This, oh, just an inexpensive hawkbill blade. Who makes this? Right edge. Built tough. Right edge performance supplies. This was just a really expensive few bucks hawkbill that just looked kind of neat. This one apparently made in Pakistan. Synthetic scales to it. Small nick. There we go. And ooh, kind of gritty, but really strong. Let's see the snap. Good snap to it. I'll just oil that sucker up later. But just a very simple hawkbill. I thought this would make a nice, simple utility blade to carry around for another user and abuser, I guess you could say. It's just really inexpensive. Hawkbill. Probably got it for a smile. And nothing too major, but still kind of neat. I do like these inexpensive knives to basically use for like when I don't want to worry about really messing up another pretty knife. But that's a hawkbill. This package has something that's not quite a knife, but is knife related. I don't know if you can see it through the bubble wrap, but we've got a Rough Rider knife in here. Let's get that out. And then we have this one, a case magnetic display stand. I've been wanting one of these. You've probably seen a few of these on a few shows where they have traditional knives. It's just a magnetic. Oh, this is sparkly. I didn't know they sparkled. It's got glitter. Really shiny. But you've probably seen these stands or similar stands. I know there's a lot of anvils that people use and stuff like that. But it's got 2 strong magnets. You can use to display your knife. And this is a case branded one. I've actually kind of wanted to get my hands on one of the anvils for a little bit, just another way to display a knife. But I thought this would be neat to get. I'll probably get maybe another 1 or 2 of them. Pretty well built. Much more
robust than even I expected them to be quite honest. They put quite a bit into this relatively simple display stand. A little quick cleaning, that'll be perfect. Here we go. We've got another small Rough Rider. Don't know what this is. Ooh. Oh! It is a tortoise shell toothpick. Now, this doesn't have the tortoise shell shield on it. So it's not technically part of their tortoise shell series. It does have imitation tortoise shell scales. And that has some, looks like some protective muck on it. Like usually they'll wax or like old wax or oil that's somewhat dried up. But this is what they call a toothpick, or I think I've also heard it referred to as a Texas toothpick. And really small compact knives, although I have seen much larger toothpicks. But this one, toothpick will generally have a small, thin knife, and they have this swoop here on the handle, which is another significant sign of what type of knife this is, the Texas toothpick or just toothpick. And there we go. A small, thin California clip point blade. And these are just handy little like pen knives or something super compact to keep in a pocket. They call it a Texas toothpick, or they call it a toothpick. I probably would never use it as a toothpick because holy crap, that'll muck up a tooth. I think it's just because of its size and shape. So I don't believe anybody's ever used this as an actual toothpick. Or if they have, I can't imagine how well that might have went. Because, yipes. I mean, this little guy, that's sharp. That's very sharp. And I think this is my first toothpick. And again, like I said, I don't believe it's part of the, even though it's got the tortoise shell sides, I don't believe it's part of the series because the series has a very specific shield on it. The tortoise shell shield. Oh my God. Where this one has the Rough Rider shield on it, as you can see there. So I don't think it's part of that particular series. Just a tortoise shell toothpick. I don't know. Maybe somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but like I said, I don't believe it's an actual part of that series. I think you have to have the shield to be the tortoise shell shield in order to be part of that specific series. But nonetheless, very pretty little toothpick. And again, really love the color on those sides on the handle. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, now we're coming up. We've got one last box to open up, and then I've got some interesting stuff to show you because what the heck, why not? First of all, let me close this up. Nice little tiny snap. Get you back in the box. I really got to go through the garbage, make sure I didn't accidentally toss anything. This one's another big one, or big box anyway. This one also from Rough Rider, I'm betting. Also covered by a white box. This one is a tortoise shell. Haha. Tell me it's not another lady's like. No, it's too big. We got another tortoise shell, and then you can see the difference between that one and this one. This one, oh, this is okay. This is one of the other styles of knives that I love to collect because of their particular shape. Makes them really easy to carry, and I've kind of fallen in love with this shape. This is something fell. Oh no, that was my tape measure. This is called a doctor's knife, and this is part of the tortoise shell series, and this is the shield I was talking about. You've got the tortoise shell shield, whereas the other one did not. But this is a doctor's knife. Now, this is a single-bladed doctor's, and I've been told that they were called doctor's knives because it'd be a simple knife for the doctor to carry, and a lot of times they would be used for either cutting up ingredients, or in the case where like an emergency surgery was needed, would take the place of a scalpel or whatever, if they needed to perform something out in the field or whatever, wherever they were, and they didn't have like their other doctor's tools with them. But I don't know all about these stories, or you know the truth to a lot of them, but that's what I've been told. I will say now, this one, like I said, is a single blade, meaning this one just has the one blade to it. But a lot of doctor's knives will actually have a single blade like this, and then they'll have like a thin, non-sharpened, almost like spatula like blade. And what that spatula like blade was used for, I might have one. I don't know where it's at. Let me see if I can find it really quick. That's not it. That's not it. That's also not it. That's a lady's leg. Okay, it's buried. Well, a lot of doctors have another one. It's more like a small, like thin paddle. It didn't come to a point. It's almost like a spatula. And what that would be used for would be either mixing, crushing ingredients, or separating pills and counting pills. And that's another reason they would call it a doctor's knife. Now, this one, again, only has the one single blade, doesn't have the spatula to it. There's others called pipe doctors, which would have this single blade, and they'd have a long, thin metal rod. And they were called pipe doctors because I think the long metal rod was used in when you were smoking pipe tobacco. Like I don't know, how it was used in particular. I used to smoke tobacco from a pipe a long time ago, but I never used anything like that. But from I can guess they were used to maybe poke holes in the tobacco that you would pack into your pipe, or things along that line. I never used anything like that when I was smoking tobacco from a pipe, so I really don't know how they were used. Other than they do have that. It's usually called a pipe doctor or something like that. And then there are some I've been told were pretty rare. I think you've mentioned it, Waylon. It might have been rare, where you have a doctor's knife that actually has two blades, and as opposed to the paddle or that metal rod. I got this one mainly to help complete the tortoiseshell set that I was collecting. I don't know how many more tortoiseshell knives I have to go. I haven't, like I said, I need to make a spreadsheet because I haven't been paying too much attention. All I know is if I see a different tortoiseshell than what I recall having, I try to nab it. But again, absolutely beautiful. All the doctors tend to have this similar handle shape, relatively straight and squared off. There are some that are called, I think, like fat back or fat bottom doctors, which have a slightly wider bottom to them, but otherwise still very similar shape to them. And this is another one that has quickly become one of my favorite knives to collect, because I just like the shape of the handle, the utility of the blade, which is a spear point blade. Some might be calling it a clip point. This one is right at 3 inches, which makes it perfect for me to be able to carry. And nice and sharp out of the box. I already felt that one. I thought I had cut myself on it. But absolutely gorgeous knife. Could use a little cleaning and polishing, but I think that's like old oil and or wax that's on there, but that'll come off easily enough. It's already almost all off. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous knife. Gotta make those bolsters shine. There we go. And then that's the last of the actual unboxing. That one was from Books and Knives for You. Good little snap on that one. Oh, I'm happy about that. Actually, this is how this would work. Uh-huh. Nice. Nice little, oh, you guys can barely see it. It would look kind of like that if you were looking at it from the front. Magnets just holding the knife there. Makes a nice display. I'm gonna have to pick more of those up. I forgot how much I paid for that. I think I'd like to say probably around $10 for the stand. And again, that was from Books and Knives for You. So if you want a stand like that, you know where to get them. And we will put that back. And then I've got some special knives that weren't part of the auction. And if they're not part of the auction, I generally don't save them to unbox on the stream. But I have no problem showing you guys. And since I have a little bit of time, I'll go grab those and show you what I got. One of them is really interesting. Okay, hold on a second because I realized I didn't pull them out when I should have. And some of them are kind of buried. Oh my god, that's a lot of buried. So many boxes. So much tissue. And peanuts. Oh my gosh. A box tipped over. I have peanuts everywhere. Okay, let's move some of these knives into a bigger box so I have some room. And I don't lose any of these because they're all over the floor right now next to my desk or next to my table. No, you guys can't see anything, but it's a mess. Okay. Let's see if I can grab those knives that I really wanted to show you guys. Where's this one? Move that. Okay. These I had tucked away in another area. Where did I put? Oh no. Where did I put that knife? There it is. Already losing knives. So I got a couple cool ones that came in separately. And these were actually orders from a store. In fact, some of these came from Chicago Knife Works. And let me see here. There we are. Some of these came from Chicago Knife Works. Because yes, I will pick up stuff from stores, not just from auctions. But they were running a pretty darn good sale. And it's kind of hard to ignore something like that. The first one. Now these are all from Rough Rider. So we're going to go through these kind of quickly. This was a black ice trapper. This one I had to get just because I love the black ice look. And I've got to go over these also with a polishing cloth as soon as I remember what the hell I just did with my polishing cloth. I think I just dropped it somewhere. There it is. This is a Rough Rider Black Ice Trapper. I don't see these too often. I don't know why. But I always thought they were absolutely gorgeous knives. They have a similar scale to the razors. You sent a link. You're not helping, Morgan. You're not helping. They have a similar scale to the Black Widow razors, but they obviously don't have the Black Widow emblem or etching. It's under a different name, Black Ice. They've got like a moon-shaped shield, and this is a trapper, so it has 2 blades. The etching on the blade, you just have Black Ice. I think I've oiled and waxed these already. So you got your California clip point, you got your spay, and I just think these are absolutely gorgeous. This one was a pickup from Chicago Knife Works. Like I said, they've been running a sale, so there was a lot from there that I ended up picking up. And my girlfriend got me a few for Father's Day. However, they still haven't arrived. Those I'll show you next week. They're still on their way. I think I'm getting them on Monday. And she got me, I think, nearly an entire set of something. So I'm excited about that one when it comes in. But that's the Black Ice. We're going to go through some of these relatively quickly. From Rough Rider. We have, now this is interesting because Rough Rider, if you notice, is spelled with a Y. Rough Rider, R-Y-D-E-R. And I think Smoky Mountain Knife Works owns Rough Rider now. Now, I don't know all the history on this one, but way back when, I have no idea. They were spelled with an I, Rough Rider, R-I-D-E-R. And I think there was some like copyright issues or something, some battle or whatever, and they ended up changing it to the Y. Now, if you see a Rough Rider, like an old box Rough Rider with an I, then you know you're looking at an old knife, or a much older knife anyway. And I know a lot of people tend to or like to hunt those down. Now, this is a Rough Rider with an I, but I don't know if this was a recreation or something, so I don't know if this is necessarily an old one. But this one is a cinnamon bone Damascus. Now, I threw some extra, whatchamacallits, desiccant packets in here because the Damascus I don't think is necessarily stainless steel. It might have a stainless steel mix, but it could still possibly rust. So I did wax this one up really good, polished it really well. But this one is a Damascus Doctor. Or no. Yeah. Damascus Doctor. And cinnamon bone. And first of all, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but the cinnamon bones, the texture, and the look via the naked eye is utterly gorgeous. I don't know how to explain it to you. I know, Morgan, in regards to you, you'd want to be all touchy-feely with this one. But it feels and looks absolutely fantastic. You've got the spade shield there, metal bolster, single blade. Really good snap on that one. And then you can see, I can get it to focus, a Damascus blade. Now, I'm guessing it is a mix. I don't know what their particular mix is. Okay, they changed the spelling in 2019. Okay. Not too old, but older. I don't know what their Damascus mix is, but usually it's going to be a high carbon and mixed with a stainless steel is what they usually are. So like I said, they still do need some care because it is still possible for them to corrode rather easily. So this one I immediately oiled the pivot, waxed the blade pretty heavily, and the bolsters, as well as the back, the spring.
but it's an absolutely beautiful knife. This cinnamon bone. The cinnamon bone knives, anytime I've seen a cinnamon bone knife from Rough Rider on auction, they always tend to go over what I usually see them advertised for, say at larger um larger retail stores. And a lot of times they tend to be out of stock at a lot of those larger retail stores as well. But if you see these on auction, they tend to command a much higher price than your typical Rough Rider. And I'm not saying that they're like super expensive, but on average, I'll see them go from anywhere from 5 to 10 to, I think at one point I seen one go for even $20 higher than what you'd normally pay retail. But if I remember right, that same one that went for much higher uh, wasn't available at at any other store that I could find. So that very well could have been the reason. But absolutely gorgeous knife, absolutely gorgeous bone, and the texture is amazing. And the Damascus steel looks beautiful. I love this one, and especially because it's the shape that I like as well. The Doctor's beautiful knife. That's the Cinnamon Spades Rough Rider. We're gonna wrap this up real quick and put it back in the box. And then I've got another one, cinnamon. Oh no, it's not a cinnamon bone, but it's also a spades, which means it has that spade shield. It's gonna fit this way. So it has a spade shield, but it's not a cinnamon bone. This one, and I don't have another one like this. This is another popular one I see a lot of. This one is the Black Appaloosa Spades. And this is a Barlow, I think. Or no, this is not a Barlow. I don't know what this is. It looks like a Barlow, except it's usually a Barlow will have two blades to it. This one has a single blade, but it's called a Black Appaloosa because of the scales on this one. Gorgeous white and black bone on this with, again, you got the spade shield. Let's see if I can get it better in the light there. They call this a Black Appaloosa. There's like a pink or reddish Appaloosa as well that looks absolutely beautiful. I just love the pattern look on these. The black on the white. Same with the red or pink Appaloosa. I think it's pink. I don't know if it's a red. My liquid bandage is coming off. It's not my skin. That's liquid bandage. I just love the look of both of them, and saw this one for a really good price on Chicago Knife Works. And this is another one that's really popular on whatnot on the auction sites. Not necessarily this particular knife, but the Black Appaloosa and the pink Appaloosas. And you'll never see another, Black Appaloosa or pink Appaloosa with the exact same pattern. Obviously, each pattern is unique to each knife. But I always thought these were beautiful. I just love the coloring. Same with the pink, although I don't have a pink one yet. It's almost like marble. But really cool. And this is another one of the spades. I think the 30 refers to like their 30th year. I'm pretty sure. Because I don't know if these were technically, this is like a pre-2019 knife. It doesn't really give me like a born on date on this one. I know case knives, if you look at a case knives box, you can get like a born on date when the knife was made. But they don't do that with the Rough Riders, unfortunately. So I don't know because I know on some boxes, like the anniversary boxes, they'll use the I instead of the Y. Basically because they're doing a throwback to the old style box, even though it might be a newer knife. So I don't know if that's the case with this one or not. but I really do love the Black Appaloosa, and the Spades is awesome. Okay, second to last knife I'm going to show you. This one's Rough Rider. A lot of Rough Riders are very inexpensive, but they do have a more premium line. And so some of them do get a little bit more pricey. They don't get super pricey. I still don't see too many Rough Riders. I don't think I've seen a Rough Rider go over $100 unless it was like an old rare or whatever. But this one is one of their Rough Rider Reserve. And this is one of the few Rough Riders that I know of that comes in a tin. Excuse me. So this actually comes in a tin can, Rough Rider Reserve, built by hand, backed for life. And you just pull the top off. You got a little protective cushion there. And it comes with a, excuse me, comes with a microfiber cloth. Rough Rider Reserve again. So they kind of go all out with these reserves. Rough Rider Reserve. And this one, I think is another Doctor's. Yes, this is a fat bottom Doctor. Excuse me. This also is only a single blade, and you can see what I mean by fat bottom Doctor, because it's still the same Doctor shape, except the bottom is just a little wider. Again, single blade. Ugh. And this one, interestingly enough, is not 440 stainless steel. It's neither 440 stainless steel or a high carbon steel like some of them come as. This one is a more modern D2, a steel that I don't normally see, or I haven't seen too much of, except for on modern knives. So it's not it's like a semi stainless steel. Hey, Greg, welcome to the stream. So this is a steel that I don't see too much of unless it's a modern knife. And so it's a semi stainless steel, not a true stainless steel. So still needs to be protected against corrosion, although it's a little better than, say, a high carbon steel when it comes to that. And I believe it's a black and bone. I'm not too sure on this. With nickel plated bolsters. Ooh, felt that bite into my finger. Did I cut myself? No, I'm good. Very sharp blade, but just a really cool knife with an interesting choice of steel compared to what I normally see for a Rough Rider. A D2 and what looks to be like a fish-shaped shield. I don't know if that's supposed to be a fish or something else. Got a good polish. I know I waxed this blade up earlier as well. Again, because corrosion can be a thing for D2. It is semi-stainless, so it's more resistant than some metals, but it's still not a stainless. So you got to be careful if you want to keep it corrosion-free. But another beautiful knife. I do believe that's black bone. I'm pretty sure that is. I don't think that's a black wood, but I could be wrong. I'll need to dig into it. You have you've got a one of those Rough Riders that glow. Those are kind of cool. I think I have one on the way. It unfortunately didn't make it in time for this unboxing. Like I said, I do still have a few packages on the way that didn't make it in time. So I still will have another unboxing next Saturday. And hopefully that'll be in there. But yeah, this is my first and currently only Rough Rider Reserve that I own. Really cool knife. Again, one of my favorite types of Rough Riders that Doctors shape. And managed to get this one at a pretty good sale price.
We'll wrap that up all nice and carefully. And we will stick that back in the tin. Then I've got one last knife to show you that wasn't technically part of the auction buys. And oops, we will stick that in there. You got about 30 hours. Oh, yeah, I've got, in a short matter of time, you know what? I haven't even counted. I'm pretty sure I'm over 30. I know I've got three of the same, I've got 3 knives that I've managed to get 3 of the same type, and at least one knife where I've got doubles. I've gone kind of haywire on the Rough Rider thing. But that's the Rough Rider Reserve that I've got. And one last knife to show you. I need to grab something to give you a comparison. I'm not sure which one. You've seen I've shown you a lot of Rough Riders, so you guys have a general idea of what most Rough Riders look like, the size of most Rough Riders and such. This is probably one of my favorites. I've unboxed this before. This is a denim half hawk, 2 blades, and this is one of their full size or bigger knives. Thought that was really cool. But to give you an idea and to give you a comparison to what I'm just about to show you, this is the last knife I'm going to show you for the night or for the day. This is a Rough Rider 1994, 2024. This is a, where is it on the box? I want to look at it at the box before I throw it on top, or throw it in front of the camera. This is a 30th anniversary knife from Rough Rider. Morgan, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna like that. Actually, all of you, you'll probably like this one. Excuse me about the cough. This is a 30th anniversary Rough Rider. I forgot what kind of blade it is. I'd like to say it's a trapper. But, oh no, let me grab that knife again. Do I have another trapper I can pull out so that... Oh yeah, here's a full-size trapper to give you an idea. And I don't want to hear it. I love the color of this knife. Shut up. It's a beautiful Rough Rider. That's the Rough Rider trapper. And that's a full-size Rough Rider trapper that I just fingerprinted the heck out of. There we go. This is the 30th anniversary Rough Rider trap. Oh my God. This thing weighs a ton. This 30th anniversary 8-inch trapper. I almost dropped it on top of the little trapper. I would have been very upset. So we'll move this a little off to the side. And it's a strong boy. It's a big boy. Oh, almost bit myself. This is one you don't want to get bit by. Okay, this. I saw this. Did you think I would see this and not want to pick this thing up, Morgan? Are you kidding me? As soon as I saw this on the store, I was like, that is mine. That is mine now. And you'd be surprised, because like I said, they were holding a sale. So I got this. I can't remember how much it was. I'm sure Waylon could look it up. It's I got it from Chicago Knife Works. It wasn't terribly expensive. Oh my God, I'm going to start stabbing things by accident. I don't know if they're still running the sale, but I got this at a pretty good price when they were running the sale, if they still are. Again, it's their 30th anniversary knife. This one, it's an 8-inch. Is it just a handle? Or no, it's gotta be the whole thing. Hold on a second. Fully open, this thing is 14.5 inches from butt to point of the California clip blade. I'm sure the spade blade is exactly the same. But 14.5 inches, which makes then that it is 8 inches folded. That is 8 inches folded. And And on this one, so you can see the comparison to a full size. Now, if I understand correctly, this is a full size trapper. And I'm afraid to do the same to this, but hold on a second. Because this thing, if this bites me, I'm losing a freaking hand. Ugh. It's kind of scary. Okay, there we go. So they're kind of sitting there the same way. Let me move. I gotta move knives out of the way. Where's the sheath to this guy? There you are. Okay. So you can see the size comparison. Again, this guy is 8 inches closed. 26. Yes, surprisingly inexpensive. Like if you had shown me this before and told me how much it was, I would have been, are you kidding? Really? I will get 5 of them. Well, no, I didn't get 5 of them. I got this one. But you know how I am. That was for 26 bucks. Hell yeah. Obviously plus tax and shipping. But my girlfriend just walked in. She's laughing. She's looking at all the boxes on the floor going, good God.
This is just what you got today?
No. This is what I got today.
Oh,
That's what I got today. Yeah, she's like, good Lord.
how is all this?
Oh, those are all my Titan knives that I have to be hung somewhere. But these were the knives I got from Chicago Knife Works. So like I said, here's the normal one. Here's the 30th anniversary. You can see on the blades, you've got Rough Rider. Looks like, I think, okay, yeah, Rough Rider 30th tested sharp. I'm being careful because if this thing snaps, I'm losing something. And on here, again, you got Rough Rider 1994, 2024. Always hand built and backed for life. Tested sharp. I think it said on the horseshoe. Yep. Tested sharp. I believe, now I don't know what this number means. I don't know if these are limited. I didn't think they are. But it's got a number on the bolster, 1043. Usually when you see a number like this, that means they're limited. This is like maybe 1043 out of something, but I don't know because I don't remember seeing anything that said that these were limited. I'll have to look, or if Waylon, if you're already staring at it, see if you can find that out. But you've got, I don't believe this is bone. I'm pretty sure it's wood. Rough Rider shield here on the side. Another good look at that. Yeah, I believe it's wood. Pretty sure it's wood. 1043 trapper. Nothing on this side. I would assume this is 440 stainless steel, like the majority of them. However, I don't see a stamp on the blade that says anything specific. I'm going to guess. Yeah, I don't know if they're limited run. I'm guessing they're limited run only because of this number. Because again, I don't normally see a number like that on these unless it's a limited run, but I could be wrong. Usually if they're going to put a part number on this, it's going to be on the blade itself. So I don't think this has anything to do with a part number. Where's the box? No, that's not the part number. This one says RR2647. And you can see on the box all the different types of shields that they've had for a lot of their different series. The Acorn, all those shields, the RR. And you've got these shields as well that they've used on theirs. It's a run of 1500? Really? Blue Paca wood. Thank you very much. It is limited. Okay, cool. Nice to know because I freaking love limited knives. I've got 2 case knives right now that are limited runs, and I've got a 3rd case knife that's coming in that's also a limited run. I've done videos. I've done actually one of my most recent videos was on one of them. I'll show you those guys if you want to see them. But yeah, I don't see anything on the steel. Again, I'm gonna guess it's a 440 stainless or along those lines. for this one. Not that I don't fathom using. I mean, this thing. Hold on a second. Let me close one of these blades because again, I'm getting kind of nervous. God, I don't want to close it like that. I'm definitely going to lose a finger. Let me extend this one. Let me close this one. There we go. This has a snap to it. This Morgan said it already. This is a pocket sword. I mean, hold on. Here's my forearm from I can't even get my elbow. Oh god, I don't want to. Here we go. Elbow to hand. There we go. This thing's huge. But I love it. Again, I love unique knives. You can't get too much more unique than this. But like Morgan said, this sucker is a pocket sword. This is gonna go along with my other this is gonna go in my zombie preparation kit. I mean, look, compare it to this one. Let's close this guy. Open that. I do love this one, by the way. I don't know what it is about this color. I'm not into pink, but this just looks beautiful. Compared to this guy, can't fit the whole thing on the can. There we go. Barely. Oh, hit my camera. Barely fit the whole thing in there. Just to give you another size comparison. Morgan, this is my forearm. This is your entire arm. Are you kidding me? You are tiny. This would be your entire arm. Maybe your leg. I don't know. She's not that tiny. Maybe she is totally that tiny. Anyway, so there's another side comparison or size comparison. Utterly huge. I thought this one would be a fun one to show you. I might do a separate video just to highlight on this one as soon as I can find out more information on this one. It's just too cool. I mean, there's no reason for this thing other than the fact that it is just an awesome blade to look at. I mean, obviously, if I needed to defend myself, this is going to lop off a head. And just in case that gets dull, you got another blade to go. This is obviously a display piece. Although, for a display piece, it is still... Oh, that is still very sharp. Very capable of work. Which is freaking awesome. I mean, I like they can make something like this, and it's still capable of work duty. You know, it's not just some like dainty little princess of a knife that looks cool, but you can't use it for anything. I mean, I could probably hack down a small sapling with this sucker. I love the fact that it's still just a giant version of a usable knife. And you can tell this thing is heavy. I don't know how heavy. Hold on a second. Let me grab my scale.
Are you done?
No, not yet. Not yet. Almost. I did go grab my scale. Forgot I had my mic attached to my shirt. Might have said some weird stuff. Anyway, here's my scale. It turns on. Let's close this up so it fits on the scale better. This part's the part that scares me with this thing, because this thing's got a snap. And you can hear it. That is going to take a hand off. If you have your fingers where they're not supposed to be when that thing closes, good luck. Good luck. Okay, so we've got my scale here, which needs to be zeroed out. Okay, we are going to go with, we'll go with ounces. Because America. This thing is what did we land at? 19.86 ounces. What's that in poundage? Somebody convert that thing. Somebody convert the poundage on that one. 19.86 ounces on that thing. Like I said, it's not a knife that somebody just made a large version. I mean, obviously, 19. Okay, it lost weight. Obviously, it's for show. Obviously, it's for show. But unlike a lot, because I've seen large knives, I've seen people make some ridiculously large pocket knives. However, they're just for show. If you were to try to use them for anything, they'd probably break. But this one has the heft, the feel, the snap of a knife that you could totally use, even though it is ridiculously large. Which, to me, is freaking awesome. But yeah, that's just redonkulous. And I love it. And I still can't believe it is not that expensive. Again, I have there's so many knives I have in my collection that are easily 4 times, 5 times as expensive as this. But this is just so unique and cool. It was one of those, you gotta get it. And I don't know how many are around. Like Waylon said, what, maybe a run of 1,500. This was 1,043. Obviously, I'm pretty sure they still have them in stock. I don't know how much longer they're gonna have them in stock. I mean, the case knives that I've got that I know are limited runs. One of them was a 1 in 500. Actually, I think all 3 of them might be 1 in 500. Either one's a 1 in 500. I think the other 2 might be either 1 in 500 or 1 in 600. So, excuse me. So, still limited runs, but still available. So, you still have a chance to snap them up. This is the one. This was the special one I did a video on just recently, from Case. This is, and you'll see why if you haven't seen my video. This is the Case XX Wildlife Series Squirrel Trapper. And you could probably guess why this one is special to me. Is squirrel. And this is an etched bone. You can feel the etch on this. It's not a smooth bone. This is an etched bone. Wildlife Series Squirrel. But 1 in 500. Still can get them. They're still available. But even on Amazon, I think they're available. I think last I looked, they said they had 11 of them. And on Amazon, like when I got this one, I paid a little over $100, like 110, 119, somewhere thereabouts for this one. On Amazon, I think they're going for just under $160 now. So as these continue to dwindle in stock, these are going to start fetching much higher prices. Turn off. There we go. The other one that I have that's limited, like I said, I can't. This one's a 1 in 500. I think the other one's 1 in 600, and it's this here. And you'll see another reason why this is a favorite of mine. This is also, what is vibrating on my table? Oh, it was the scale. This one is a synthetic squirrel etched case. Now this one's significantly less than this case, obviously, because it's a synthetic. This one's a sod buster. I'd like to say this is 1 in 600, not 1 in 500, but still limited series. And I have another one coming that isn't here yet. Unfortunately, I will be getting it this upcoming week. But it is another case synthetic like this, except it has a slightly different squirrel etching on it, and it's a trapper. It'll have 2 blades, whereas this one only has 1. And that one, I believe, is 1 in 500. I don't know why this would be 1 in 600 and the other's 1 in 500, but it is what it is. I don't know why they have a weird number of limits or whatever. But that'll be coming next week. So I'll technically have the full set of this, because there's only 2 in them, or at least for the squirrel. I know they have others with different animal etchings. I was just interested in the squirrel etching for pretty obvious reasons. Just like they have this model with the etched bone, they have them. I think they have one with a deer or elk or something like that. They have different ones of those that are also limited. But obviously, I was just interested in the squirrel for obvious reasons. And I think that means I've got all of them except, I think, one more from Case that has a squirrel on it. That one, though, is a little different because it's a squirrel hunter. And I think it's bone. I don't think it's limited series. It might be. But it has a scene of a squirrel being hunted by dogs. So it's not exactly the same, but it's the only other case with a squirrel on it. However, I think these 3 are this one, the other trapper will pretty much be all of them, aside from the squirrel hunter one, which I'm debating whether I want to get or not. And there's only one other squirrel knife, or at least one other knife called a squirrel. No, 2 other knives called a squirrel. I'm sorry. There are 2 other knives called a squirrel. One is from France that's relatively cheap. It's similar to the Higo Nakami from Japan, where it's just a really inexpensive friction folder. And what that looks like is, hold on, let me grab my case. What that looks kind of like is like this. This is a Higo Nakami. And it's a friction folder because there's no real lock. It's not even a slip joint. There's no detent. It's held basically by the friction of the pivot. And then as you're using it, you have your thumb on this lever, which helps prevent it from closing while you're using the knife. So this is a Higo Nakami. There is a, what's called, I think it's a Duck, D-O-U-K Squirrel. And it's a French-made knife similar to this, that I'm probably going to pick up. I haven't yet, but I probably will because it's the only other knife with the name Squirrel on it. And then there is another knife. There's another knife with a squirrel name on it. Excuse me. Made by Remet. That one is on the way. And I have only been able to find it from one place. That one was from Chicago Knife Works. That one is on the way. I did order that. It's made by Remet. It's called the Remet Squirrel. And it's a more modern knife. However, it's not a flipper. It's a slip joint knife, but made with modern materials. It's got a premium steel, titanium scales. I obviously don't have it yet, but that will be in early next week, if not Monday. And I'll be able to do a video of that when I get that. Or maybe even show it off in the unboxing when I do the unboxing next week. So once I get the Duck, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all, but Duck Squirrel from France. And maybe the Squirrel Hunter. I'm debating on the Squirrel Hunter only because it's a squirrel hunting knife and not just a squirrel knife, but it does have a squirrel on it. So I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. But I will have, so far, as far as I know, every knife related to squirrels. Possibly. Hopefully, I'm gonna try. It's become a thing for me. I saw this one, and then I saw this one, and I was like, I gotta hunt down every squirrel knife I can get my hands on because squirrel. Uh, yes, this one is a Sodbuster Junior. There's a larger Sodbuster, but they don't make it with the squirrel etching. So that's why I only have this one and not the regular Sodbuster, just the Junior. I do like the Juniors better as well because they are a smaller knife. They are a knife that I can easily carry if I wanted to because the blade is under 3 inches long, and I don't have to worry about somebody giving me the side eye if I were to pull it out and use it. Not that I plan on actually using this knife in particular, because with the squirrels, these have a special. I have a special attachment to these knives now, and these will probably end up being safe queens. But anyway, that's all that I. Oh, this chair. I need a new chair, or I'm going to soak this one in oil. That's it for the unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, I didn't do this last time. I forgot. As far as, because I know I've closed the first and second one with my favorite knife out of all the ones that I've unboxed, and it's kind of hard to say because all of these knives have been absolutely fantastic. That it's really hard to. It really is hard to pick a favorite because I have so many favorites. I mean, there's the buckshot bone. I've only got one of. There's there's the tater skin lady legs, which I have a bunch of. The celestials are absolutely gorgeous. It's hard to pick a favorite out of all these. If I were to, there's the flower, there's the regular, there's a Remington Sodbuster that I had. I think that was the first thing I opened up. It's hard to pick a favorite, and I'm not including these because obviously these weren't part of the actual unboxing, and I'm not including the 30th anniversary giant killer because that wasn't technically a part of this unboxing either. If I had to go with what my favorites were in regards to the stuff I opened up for the auction, I would probably have to say, where is it? Where is it? Now, this is not, again, this is like, I like all of them, so it's hard to pick a favorite, but I have to say one of the keener ones that I really liked is probably the Celestial liner lock because it's just interestingly unique. I don't have too many Rough Riders with a liner lock on them, and it's absolutely gorgeous from the sides, and a really hefty blade. That's really cool. This has to be one of my favorites of the group, of the auction unboxings, simply because it's uniqueness to me. I know for some people that are like, oh, I've got 20 of those. Oh, this is my only liner lock from Rough Rider that I've got. Whoa. Wait a tick. No, I don't think this is my only liner lock from Rough Rider, but this is definitely one of the prettier ones. I just thought of another one that I might be able to show you guys. If I can remember where it's at. I might not remember where it's at. In fact, I definitely can't remember where it's at. Dang it! I don't know what I did with it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was a Rough Rider. It should be in here. That's a Stoneworks. Hold on. If I can remember where it is quick enough, I'll show you guys, but otherwise this might take me forever. Midnight Ice. I know I showed you guys the Midnight Ices before. The Bluegill, which I don't have too many of those.
it the Highland? No. Highland Doctor's knife. That ain't it. I've got so many knives, I can't remember what's what. There it is. This is another one I got from Chicago Knife Works. I forgot about this. I believe this is also... Oh, no, this is a lock. Is this a lockback? No, this is a lockback. I thought it might have been a liner lock. Morgan, you'll like this one. Okay, so far, my favorite for the unboxings has to be the Celestial liner lock. So I'm going to say that. At least for this unboxing. If you were to ask me which one was my ultimate favorite knife out of everything, it's kind of hard to say, but I'm probably leaning towards my Wildlife series, to be quite honest. I'm just talking about what I've currently unboxed. This one, which I'm about to show you, was not part of the auction, but I'm showing you because it was part of the ones I ordered from Chicago Knife Works that came in with the 30th anniversary and the others. This one's a Highland Rough Rider, which are absolutely gorgeous knives, but this one's another unique one to me because this is the first one that I have of this type. I think Case refers to them as cheetahs, and this is a big one. But this, I forgot what you call it. Maybe Waylon will remember. This one's part number, what is this? RR2382. And this one is a lockback knife, but it's a little interesting in where it has this like cross guard that moves out with it. That I thought was pretty neat. And the funny thing, I've seen case knives, they call them cheetahs, but I don't recall seeing any that were this big. This one's got a, what is this size? This one's got a 4 1/4 inch blade from the cross guard. Or swing guard, thank you. Swing guard, because it moves with the blade. And it is a lockback. So you press down, it closes, snaps shut, and the guard follows along with it and just lays across to, you know, on the side with the, along with the blade. And I just thought that was really neat. Usually, like I said, I've seen case knives, they call them cheetahs, and they're much smaller than this though, but they demand like a really high price. People really love those cheetahs, and they're prepared to nab them at pretty large prices. I can't remember exactly what the actual average knife for, or average price for a cheetah is. Being a Rough Rider, this is significantly less expensive. But I thought it was neat because A, it's the only swing guard that I have now, and it's also much larger. A mini, yeah, it's like a mini sword. Coke bottle? Yeah, I can see a Coke bottle. I don't remember them ever referring to this as a Coke bottle, but definitely has the Coke bottle shape. So I could see somebody calling this a Coke bottle as well. If you, I don't know if it's, it might be, hold on, I'll hold it, yeah, little Coke bottle shape. The Rough Rider shield. The lockback is at midpoint as opposed to being back here, which is kind of neat. But I love that swing guard. The swing guard is pretty cool. Another unique one that I had to get my hands on as soon as I, ouchie! As soon as I saw it. Ow! Pinched myself. And a good snap on that, but I had to show that. I almost forgot about that. Only because that was buried in a box. I try to keep all the series together in a box, so I figure out what I'm going to do with them. And that was buried under a couple other Highlands that I had, other series that I had. And what is that? There's a weird shine that I'm going to have to buff out. Anyway, that's the swing guard, and that will be the last knife I think I'm going to be showing today, because I realized this has been going on for 3 hours. Well, it's not the longest one. 3 hours, 15 minutes now. Excuse me. And then we've been through all the auction boxes. We've even been through some of the knives from the order I got from Chicago Knife Works.
Unfortunately, my girlfriend's orders didn't come in because my girlfriend had won a rather large giveaway, and she's excited. We were hoping we could do it today. She was going to unbox those live for us, but unfortunately it didn't get here. It won't be getting here until next week. So maybe next week unboxing, we will have her unbox the giveaway that she won, and you get to see her hands on screen and get to see what she won. Did I see the new baby? Yes, I saw the new babies. Absolutely adorable. Trying to think of anything else. Unfortunately, nothing's coming to mind. I think that's pretty much it. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you guys had fun watching. If you liked what you saw, please drop a like down below. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you'll get notified of any new videos that I drop as they come out. I haven't been able to put new videos out on the daily because it's been pretty busy. I'm always going to continue to try to put new videos out, or shorts at the very least, when I can. The latest thing I put out was a slightly more detailed look at the Case Wildlife Squirrel. So if you want to check that out, that's already out on my channel. I'll probably be doing more detailed videos on some of these other traditional knives. I do have some more modern knives coming in also that I'll probably be doing some videos on as soon as they come in. I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's pretty much it. I will still have an unboxing next week because I know I'll have enough knives coming in to at least do at least one more live stream. I don't know what it's going to be like after next week, but we'll have one more live stream next week, Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And like I said, if her order comes in, if her giveaway comes in, I'll have her unbox it that day. So I think that'll be fun. You get to see what she ended up winning, which to me was absolutely crazy. But thanks again. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. And that's pretty much it. But thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much it means to me. I was just doing this for fun. I wasn't sure how this was going to go, and I'm already over 100 subscribers. You guys are completely amazing, and I hope it continues to grow. Regardless of whether it grows or not, I'm just having a blast with this. I'm going to continue to do this regardless. I've been having a ball. I might have to slow down because I don't have as much money left, but I will continue to do this for as long as I can. But anyway, thanks again. You guys in chat, awesome as always. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Oh, and yes, I know it's my video game closing. I'll try to make a knife one sooner or later. Hopefully sooner. It's not that easy. It's going to take me a while. But I'll try to come up with a new closing and new opening that's more knife related and not video game related. But hey, it's what I got. And I like the song. It works. But thanks again. Hope to see you in the next video. And bye-bye.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then It's your chance to be ruthless.